as I was saying, hello, back at it again with this bullshit. Oh boy. I just realized I swore in the first few minutes of this, which means that whenever this goes on YouTube as a VOD, which I'm working on setting the VOD channel, so I gotta do that. Anyway, when this goes up on YouTube as a VOD, it'll get demonetized. Not that I'm making any money off of YouTube anyway. I really should actually pay attention to AdSense at some point. I feel like I've actually lost money not paying attention to that, but it's always consistently been one of those things where I'm like, I'm never going to make money off YouTube. I'm never going to be able to do YouTube full time, and I don't know if I'd really want to. So I don't worry about it that much, especially apparently YouTube is about to face another adpocalypse because they apparently were using AI to handle how their ads were distributed, and oopsie, the AI was putting like Nazi and alt-right videos and gore videos or whatever ad videos onto children's content or just putting them wherever, and now they're getting trouble again. So whoopsie poopsie, YouTube did a fucky wucky again. So yeah, that's that. That's what's going on in that world. Just bleep it out. I don't know. The thing about the VODs is that like it takes work to editing them. If I want to edit them, just because they're so long, they're like 3 hours long. So like I kind of just planned on like I'd probably trim some of them, but I kind of just planned on like uploading them raw, but raw and wriggling. I don't know. We'll see. I still have to actually make the VOD channel, so we'll see. Also, you mentioned yesterday about how the screen was changing, and I did take a look at it. I see the piano. I see the monocubs hanging from the tree. I see the sword. I see I'm not sure, is it like a cat? I'm not sure what that is. Oh, I see the handcuffs for Ryoma as well, and the inner tube, the tube from Kurumi. A lot of details. What else is related to the desk? Aside from Kaeda's piano, I don't really see him. Yeah, no. There's several. Like I see Ryoma's handcuffs. I see Kaeda's piano. I see the monocub hanging. The sword, I don't like. Did someone who died use a sword? Was that maybe that's supposed to represent Tenko? She was a martial artist. Whatever. Sword was important in the locked room mystery, right? Anyway, our favorite pervy character just died. The only pervy character in these games we've actually liked. So were you guys just up all night?
Ding dong dong ding. Yeah.
Oh wait, you're out of here. Okay, so a body's been discovered, which means Monokuma's gonna do something really wacky to lighten the mood. Better than beer and fucking Jesus. Only 2 of them. I was holding back because we already had 1 Vulcan cast member, and now it's my time to shine. I can finally be a foul mouth _ asshole. You barely heard the announcement and you stared at me, dumbfounded. It's terrible. Why did it end up like this? Hello. Don't you like... haven't you like resubscribed like 3 times in the last several months? Like I appreciate it, but like... I don't think you gotta keep doing it if you don't wanna. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know what goes into subscribing is the kind of funny thing. I'm a totally professional Twitch streamer. We heard footsteps running down the fast hallway until the door bust open. Kaito. Hey, buddy, where were you? Oh, thank you for subscribing.
By the way. So,
Again, they're doing all this where it's like, oh man, Kaito, you're so suspicious, and like at the trial, he's gonna be like, they're gonna be like to spend the first like 30 minutes being like, Kaito, what were you actually doing? And he's like, I was hacking up my lungs in the bathroom.
damn it. Hold on. Hey.
We actually, speaking of followers and subscribers, we actually did hit 60 followers a couple streams ago. So woo, hooray! So you're sure it wasn't Kaito? I'm not saying it wasn't Kaito. I'm just saying there's going to be a significant portion of this trial, I can tell already, of them having to like talk about if it was or was not Kaito.
Right?
No. Don't screw around.
What? I mean, they kind of faked me out with that with Kurumi in the second trial, because they spent so much time like having to prove her alibi that it kind of told me, I'm like, oh well, they're spending all this time figuring it out. That means that it's not going to be her. And then it came back around and ended up being her anyway. So like they faked me out.
Hey!
But
Stop it!
You guys hated her. No, I didn't, dude. She was on my BFF list.
I mean,
I had to remove her from the BFF list. That hurt me.
Yes. Listen closely.
Believe me, I had her perform maintenance on my body, so I know very well. Aw, the installed crying function.
No.
Ugh. I can't start tossing out theories yet, but I have a harebrained.
idiot.
I don't think Kokichi killed anyone, but I think he probably. I have a theory that he may have manipulated Gonta into killing Miyu by accident.
Shuichi.
Not like Kokichi did by accident. I mean, like he like
Listen up.
did something that got Gonta to kill him. But at the same time, I feel like if Gonta killed somebody, he would just tell us. I don't know. I feel like he's the kind of person that he wouldn't keep it in. But I've thought that before about other people too. Kokichi accidentally commits someone to murder. That'd be funny. No, I we'll see what happens. But I think I'm wondering because he was all like, Gonta, why don't you hang out with me? Come hang around with me. That's literally what Nagito did in case of DR2. I mean, yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
Huh? Don't screw around.
I mean, it was accidental because Chiaki wasn't trying to kill him. She didn't realize she was killing him by throwing in like the poison.
You really don't get it.
Scotty Ghost, hello.
But don't worry about
Just for now, we won't team up. Just for now,
it. I believe in you.
it's okay. We're definitely not being gonna be super suspicious towards Kaito. One thing to do. I can't be afraid. Can't get lost now. Or protect everyone. I have to do something. I have to do something. The first case with Taro. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. That did happen. Because he was trying to, like, Nagito was trying to kill somebody, wasn't he? Or he was trying to get himself killed. I can't remember. But Taro was not trying to kill. Well, no, he like told him to kill or something. It's been a while. I recall that he manipulated Taro. Hold on. I'm kind of skimming this. The victim is Ultimate Inventor Miyu. The body was discovered in the computer room on the 4th floor. The approximate time of death is 6:30 a.m. There are no external wounds on the body. Yeah, it looks like she was choked. They were in there all night. Yeah. Time of death happened 30 minutes before now, while we were still in the virtual world. What do you want? Weird me. It's not like you get my way, Shuichi. It's just I hate lies so much that I tend to suspect others a lot. Kaito said he wouldn't team up with you for this case, but I can't trust those words. So that's why I'm keeping an eye on you, just in case he tries to bother you. Keeping an eye out?
It's true.
Don't take it the wrong way, though. I'm not trying to replace Kaito as your partner, okay? But I'll help you as much as I can. So where are you going to investigate now? Kokichi's our partner in this case. Aren't you happy? Sure. I'm sure we'll have a great time together. It'll be great. Hee hee. I don't hate Kokichi. Like, I think he's a fun character. He's just also a bastard. Like, it's one of those things that, like, if he died, I'd just be kind of like, oh, well, he's gone.
It's true. Hey.
Maki is not having a good time, I think. Because I think she's worried that Kaito is the killer. And she's also worried about Kaito. Because I think she's caught feelings. Neo World Program, never heard it. In the killing game simulator, objects can't break. Your body's 5 senses are connected to Avatar, and your Avatar cannot be harmed. But any damage inflicted on your Avatar will be transferred to your body in the real world. That matches with me, told us. If your Avatar received fatal damage, your real body will die from shock. That's true. So Miu wouldn't have any external, like, wounds. If they die in the game, they die for real. Yeah, so Miu wouldn't have an external, like, that. It doesn't necessarily mean she got choked. Because it looks like when you look at her body, it looks like she got choked, but that isn't necessarily what happened. What happened is just like somebody killed her in the VR world, and then her body just, she had a Matrix death.
Well, I see.
I mean, we think that anyway. It's possible that somebody logged out, killed her in a different way. That could just be a red herring.
What are you talking? Nuh-uh. But it's my time to shine.
Looks like a job for me. What?
Stop it.
Don't get in our way.
Hey. What are you talking about?
Wait, hold on. Ever since I forgot I'm bad with computers, I'm good with computers now. Monotaro's redemption arc. I am curious. I'm very curious as to which Monocub is going to bite it this time. I want to avenge my dead mommy.
I want you. So long. Farewell.
I'm guessing it's going to be Monotaro, but hey, who knows? Maybe they'll both die.
So what?
Now you got Kokichi and Monotaro following you around. Shuichi's just like having the worst investigation.
Okay.
All right. This stinky little computer is no match for my hands.
Yeah, his hands are going at such an intense speed that the friction is creating fire.
That's probably good for your computer. If you see sparks, that's a good thing.
All right. Huh? Okay. Yay! Is this okay?
No sign that it was altered either. It's definitely accurate information. Log out, log out. It really does have everyone's login and logout times recorded.
Well,
Aside from Miu, everyone else logged in and out at once.
You're right.
It appeared no one secretly logged out and then back in. Kaito, he logged out ahead of us. No, it could be him. So it says that everyone logged out, like... Wait, so it's saying that, like, nobody logged out and logged back in, but Kaito did log out ahead of them. He just didn't log back in. So that means that, in theory, unless they choose... In theory, that means she had to die in the world.
okay.
But again, unless that's just what the killer wants you to think. Because they love to do this thing where they get super convoluted, where they set it up to make it seem like it's going to be that, but they actually did all that just so your train of thought would follow that. I know how these games work.
Okay.
My bad.
Looks at the Mecha Mario case. Yeah, really, that one especially.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's so mean.
It also just makes me think
That's
of
wrong.
like the second case, the Genocide Jack case in the first game. Hey, remember when Byakuya freaking tampered with a murder scene just because he was bored? Remember when that happened? And we were just kind of like, that's okay, man. Well, we weren't like, that's okay, man, but eventually we got over it.
Hey.
It's
People
nothing,
change, I guess, but also, man, like, what the fuck?
right? But
By the way.
hey,
Why?
Oh, hello, Miami. Thank you for dropping in.
Like I thought.
I ended up like this after all.
Oh.
Small window in the dining room. In 10 minutes, I looked through it. I saw Miyu. That's right, because like Miyu and Kibo found the way over onto the other side of the river, right?
What?
because
Or maybe it was just Miyu.
Hey.
my bad.
Here we're gonna show you. We're gonna show you again. Can we log back in and go investigate Miyu's body? Like they said she stopped moving, but did she actually log out? Like maybe her avatar is still standing where it was.
Huh?
Keyboy's voice, huh? Why isn't he at the chapel? He was, but Tsumugi and I are positive it was his voice. We heard Kibo from the entrance hall when he should have been at the chapel. What? That's weird, because you shouldn't be able to hear anything between the chapel and the mansion. Even Miyu said that. Yeah, you can't hear anything at all while you're inside the map loading point.
I see.
Miyu said that. Miyu has never lied. Maybe someone's lying.
Hey.
By the way, Kokichi, did you hear the loud noise or Kibo's voice at all? I'm not sure, but must not have noticed because I was too busy searching. You're lying to his face. Kaito. Kaito, you keep interrupting me when I talk. Do you like me or something?
Don't screw around.
Who would like you, dumbass? I was interested in Shuichi's conversation.
Huh?
My conversation?
Ah,
You heard Kibo's voice when it should have been impossible. Can you tell me more about that? Well, what I said before was pretty much everything. After that, we headed back to the chapel to see what happened. We saw Gonta as they left the mansion, and the three of us went to the river together. Then we met up with Kokichi.
Yeah.
Then we used the signboard that I found as a bridge. What about it, though? Did you notice anything?
But
See, you're working hard. Look like you're starting to take this game seriously, Kaito. Tsumugi always has an account. Have you noticed that? Tsumugi always has, like... It feels like Tsumugi always has some sort of, like, account of evidence in every single trial. I don't know if there's significance in that or not. But I have noticed that it happens, like, once per trial now.
Hey.
you're so dumb. By the way,
Gonta don't know. How this happened?
I don't understand anything.
This be?
it's true.
It would be really fucked up if it turned out that Gonta had somehow been tricked into accidentally killing Miyu, though.
Sorry.
Like, I'm not letting go of that theory. That I have a theory that is based on literally nothing other than I think it would be tragic.
to do his best.
Yeah.
I really don't know what Kokichi's thinking. You think anyone has made Gonta in Street Fighter 6 and given him like Blanca's like fighting style? I'm not sure how Street Fighter 6 like works with the custom fighters actually.
You're right.
Like I know that you get like abilities from like the canon characters and your custom character has stuff like that. It looks cool. But I just don't really care about Street Fighter also. Street Fighter is one of those like series that like I have a lot of approximate knowledge about.
No.
But I don't really have any interest in playing.
But, jeez.
Thank you.
Oh. Because?
Because if they weren't able to cross, then no one could have gone between the mansion and the chapel. Then this helps us narrow down the people who could have come in contact with Miyu. Who could have come in contact with me with the chapel? Great question. I mean, I'm wondering, like, surely they're going to make us go back into the virtual world to, like,
Okay.
to investigate, right? We're not just going to... According to the file, Killing Game Simulator is based on a Neo World program. This simulator, objects can't break. Your 5 senses are connected to your avatar, but your avatar cannot be harmed. Damage inflicted to your avatar will be transferred to your real body.
Okay.
She wouldn't just forget to tell us. Was she hiding this information on purpose? Maybe she just assumed that you knew that, like, that would be how it worked. Or she's like, hey, if you take damage, it'll transfer to your real body. She might have just assumed you guys knew. But, I don't know. It's a murder mystery. You can't, like, there can't be, like, assumptions like that. Everything has to be clearly, like, said and spelled out. Otherwise, so that it can be used as evidence. Do you really think that Mia would assume their classmates were smart? That is also a good point. All finished? Alright, keep analyzing the crap out of this program. Alright, who have we... Is there anyone we haven't talked to? Device we wore our heads in a virtual world. Some helmets still have their cords plugged in, and others have them removed. You know, I just realized they did talk about, like, the cords and how they were supposed to plug into the specific slot. She never mentioned what would happen if you got them mixed up. Yeah, they're talking about it now. What happens if you switched them? I don't know. Never done that. Probably get all glitchy. Maybe you'll become a vegetable. Maybe you'll body swap with someone. Who knows? A glitch. That'd be interesting. What if... Okay, that's actually interesting. What if you did body swap? If you body swapped with someone and killed them, would you be considered blackened, or would the person you body swap be considered blackened? Like who would be? Don't smile at me. Okay, interesting.
Right?
Stop it.
That's...
By the way,
You see the label on the back of the bottle? Label. According to warnings here, the poison's pretty lethal. So someone could have taken the poison from Shuichi's lab and killed her with it, maybe?
by the way.
I mean, again, they're gonna point towards Kaido and be like, Kaido logged out 30 minutes before us.
no. Huh?
Anyway,
This is the device we wore on our heads into the virtual world. We already checked that. Alright. Is there anybody we haven't talked to? Miu was killed while we were in the virtual world, while we were inside the Xbox, while we were plugged into Xbox Live.
That's right.
Xbox unalive. Ooh. Ooh. I gotta explain just so you understand. Explain what?
What?
Why are you?
Yeah.
Feel free to lie.
Don't screw around.
Hey,
I mean,
When I was looking for the secret of the outside world on the rooftop, a circle lit up under me. I was suddenly sucked in. Before I knew it, I was logged out. Same thing happened when I used the phone to log out. How'd that happen on the roof? What happened after you logged out?
so.
Everyone else was logged in, but I didn't know if it was okay for me to log back in. So I just went to my room and slept. Since it was dawn, I was pretty tired. The body discovery announcement woke you?
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I heard it and rushed back here.
hey.
Do you remember what condition Miu's body was when you logged out?
My bad.
Nah, I didn't pay attention to that, so I don't know. You didn't notice anything wrong? Like neither she was dead or not?
Shut up!
Ah.
Don't screw around.
Shuichi.
Okay, so according to Kaido, he got logged out while on the roof, but how'd that happen?
No.
Oh, I see.
Huh?
See?
Got it.
Oh?
Ugh. Yeah.
Going back to the virtual world.
All right.
Ah, what? Well,
Now the question is, will they do a double murder in case 4? I don't think so. The double murder is always reserved for like chapter 3.
Huh?
So unless they wanted to subvert expectations. But I don't think that's what they're going to do. But we'll see. I literally don't know, actually. I can't keep making assumptions when, like, literally, like, the game is like, it's like, bitch, you thought.
Thank goodness. So that means... Yeah.
What?
I told you.
All right, let's go. Shuichi, Jack in, EXE.
So.
Yeah, let's do.
Right as the hand I hold my chopsticks with. If you're that worried, why don't you use one that's already set up?
Didn't Kimiko say that exact same thing last time we logged in? You know, I remember sometime after Sword Art Online came on, I remember there was a company that announced, I think it was IBM actually, that said, we're going to start developing these virtual headsets like you see in the show. And everyone's reaction was like, guys, did you watch the show?
Wait, huh?
You know.
100%.
It's like, it just reminds me of that joke. It's like, I wrote the Agony Nexus. I think it was like, I wrote the Agony Nexus to warn people of technology use in the future. It's like, in the future, it's like, we've recreated the Agony Nexus from this famous novel.
That's right.
Yeah, so we gotta go to the chapel. Squid Game show, but really though. Also, apparently that show is running into some major production problems. Like a lot of their contestants are getting like seriously like sick and hurt from really poor conditions. It's like, guys, you didn't have to like go that much of the recreation for it. The world is surrounded by walls in all 4 directions. There's a lot of point in the middle. No sight or sound can pass through the map loading point. So I mean, like, if Miu didn't tell us you could die in the virtual world, and intentionally didn't tell us, that would suggest that she was thinking of killing somebody, right?
Huh?
Like, that's the only reason I could think of, like, if she intentionally did not tell people.
No.
Shuichi!
Indeed.
You're not alone anymore. It's okay, we're all here. You made friends with real people, not maps. I'm glad Himiko's come out of her shell, but man, makes me wonder if she's gonna die soon. We'll see.
What happened?
Toilet paper, why would be in a place like
Right.
this?
Huh? Which means... No.
Someone came here to defecate.
Huh? Ah. But...
Toilet paper has been added to the case. Alright, well, let's go over to the chapel, I guess.
My apologies.
Oh my.
Hey, so...
Is that when Miyu threw in the river? Yeah, but Gonta put it back. Remember?
No.
No.
Ah.
But...
He just got washed from the chapel to the mansion, right? From the chapel to the mansion? That's odd. The flow of the river.
Shuichi!
I mean, unless... Actually, no, that's a good point. So, like... Someone could have, like, used the river or gotten into the river and used it to flow down. Or Miyu could have, like... If she ended... That's because how she got over, was she, like, got on the board and, like, let it carry the current carrier. Oh, there she is. There's her body.
Thoughts.
Never mind. Wow, she's all the way over here. Never mind. Oh, unless, like, looking out the window just let us, like, look over and, see. Like,
What?
if it's actually not a wall, you can see the other side of the map.
Unfortunately...
Actually,
Jeez.
Okay.
The way their icons react and everything, gives me a very good, lots of a Golden Sun vibe. Because in Golden Sun, like, the sprites on the overworld map are kind of like this a little bit. And they're always, like, reacting with, like, exclamation point, like, question mark, or, like, smiley faces and things. Lead dangerous object. I can't believe she missed a hammer. Did Miyu just bring us all in here to kill somebody?
No. Ah,
Come on, of course!
thank you.
You know...
It's a hammer. A hammer has never been used as a weapon in the history of the universe.
All right?
I mean, like, again, it goes back to, like, I deleted everything that could be used as weapons. I'm like, Miyu, what's used as a weapon depends entirely on the motivation, creativity of the user.
I knew it.
He logged out, just as I thought. There's an episode of Boy Meets World where Corey keeps streaming about ways he's been killing Sean. It makes sense in context. And at one point, he's like, it was raining, so I asked you for your umbrella, and then I took it, and I shoved it down your throat, and opened it. And Sean's like, you opened it? He's like, oh, Shawnee, I'm Mary Poppins, ya. It's just something about, like, Sean's reaction. He's like, you opened it?
I knew it.
Did I catch the D that, like, the cell phone let you, like, log out? I should probably stop talking about Boy Meets World. Allows anyone to log anyone out. You just say their name and they log them out. Okay. So, if you wanted to say frame Kaido for murder, you could log him out first. And then he'll just be like, oh, whatever, I guess I'll go sleep. Keyboard is acting up right now.
But
Her face is so pretty here. Hard to believe she's dead. Yeah, I guess. Unless this is what Miyu used to a wooden mat. She might use this to surf.
Huh?
I see.
No.
Well, it is here, but it has to do something with the case. Unless it doesn't. Wouldn't it be fun if we just got some evidence that never came up at all?
Actually,
You're right.
yeah.
What am I missing at the crime scene?
Well.
You heard whispering? Yeah, and I Ezra, but I heard it. Before we gathered at the chapel and dispersed to begin searching, it would seem Kokichi and Miyu had made plans to meet each other.
Huh? Yes. Then, well, you're right.
She shouldn't be able to the rooftop unless, say, she found another way to get around. I guess she would
Shuichi.
have to.
Okay. Ah. As I
Mansion
thought.
rooftop. We're not going to investigate the chapel at all. Nah, fuck that place. Okay.
Shuichi.
Excuse me.
Shuichi!
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. I just want to see if you could log out using the cell phone. Tell me first. That was bad for my heart. I suddenly got logged out. I panicked and rushed back here. Sorry.
Stop
Come on now. That's enough. Don't even for investigation.
You know...
I want to investigate the rooftop next. Let's put rooftop. Can't speak. Can't say words. What's so brr about rooftop? All right, let's go check it out.
Be okay. Hey now.
Himiko's got a cute avatar just because she gets to have a witch hat.
Sorry.
Blah 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 rooftop. Blah 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 ginger. God, I cannot stop yawning. I'm not sure what the deal is. I'm not tired. I slept okay, honestly. I've actually slept okay the last couple days. I woke up before my alarm even went off.
That's true.
Have you had some water recently? Yeah, I've been drinking water this whole time. I'll tell you what. I'm probably just sitting weird and it's affecting my airflow.
Hey.
Like they used to cause that's what yawning is. It's not cause you're tired. It's because oxygen's not getting to your brain right. Like when I remember when we used to do karate during warm-ups, I would be yawning constantly while we were doing jumping jacks and stretching and stuff like that. And it wasn't because I was tired or about to fall asleep standing up doing exercise. It was just the way I was breathing was not right. He always did. He'd point at me. He's like, "No sleeping."
Okay.
I was thinking about GMC the other day. Our grandmaster when we did karate. He was a really cool guy. He was the kind of man that like he was the sweetest man in the whole world. And if he liked you, he would do everything in his power to take care of you in any kind of way. But like he also was like a 9th degree black belt with like a 5th degree in jiu-jitsu or something like that. He was a former Marine veteran. His hands were like pasty white from just punching things for decades. And he was the kind of person that like you knew he could just destroy anybody without much effort if he wanted to. We used to make jokes because like he would sometimes like not come to class for a couple weeks because he was away on something or business or whatever it would be, and he would travel for work, and then it seemed like every time he came back after traveling for work, some sort of important foreign politician or like some sort of like important person in the world passed away. And so we started joking. We was like, is GMC doing Black Ops? It happened several times. One time he would also like going back to like how he would take care of you no matter what. Why would the map loading point right in the middle of the world? It's kind of weird. Stop thinking about GMC and review what Shuichi just found. Hold on, I want to keep talking about GMC. I just talked about how he said like the map loading point is in the middle of the world. It might not be directly in case. I can't see past this point because of the map loading point, but why is it in the middle of the world? Something doesn't seem right. Storage room. A little different, I remember. Something is missing. I'm paying close attention to remember something I don't remember. Something's missing. It's probably like either the tools or the lattice, right? Or the lattice. I mean, like, if she met him with on the rooftop, she could have fallen off the rooftop, maybe? Lettuce. The doorknob. The thumb turn lock. Easy to lock. It seems you can't lock it unless you're on the outside. And look, the keyhole's on this side of the door. Isn't it usually the other way around?
No.
Not necessarily. I've seen this before to prevent you from locking yourself out.
I see.
The rooftop has a lock on the door. That is important information. I expect everything else now is... Whoa, Maki, hi. Welcome. I was looking for you.
Huh?
I told you.
Montaro finished analyzing the program, so he told me to gather everyone. He finished?
Shuichi!
We should probably head back then. Our investigation here is pretty much done, right?
Okay.
Makichi?
Shuichi!
Is that the ship name?
I don't wanna.
Then. Hey!
What's wrong? Well, you're definitely more reliable in a class trial than out. All the others think so too. What?
Well,
I'm not trying to sound like Kaido, but I don't think you should carry all the burden alone. You're Shuichi Saihara before you're a detective. Don't ever forget that. Well, I shouldn't be talking. I threw away my identity as Maki Harukawa as being an assassin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maki. She's coming out of her shell. Now in Love Live, one of the characters would add Ichi at the end of the name as a name. Other character was named Maki. Ah, I see. Was she being considerate just now? Anyway, I was thinking about GMC. The last thing I was going to say about GMC was that I remember one time I was talking about collapsible weapons because I was thinking of like Robin from Teen Titans collapsible like bow staff. And I was wondering, I remember I asked him about it.
by the way,
I asked him about it and he was like, I was like, Master Couch, have you ever heard about these kind of weapons? Are those real? And he's like, collapsible weapons? I'm like, yeah. He's like, let me think about it. I was like, okay. And then the next class, he showed up. He just handed me a police baton, He's like, that's what you're talking about, right? I'm like, not really, sir. I was like, more like a full staff. It's like, but I guess this is kind of like a scream stick. That kind of counts. He's like, all right, there, you can have that. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you can just have it. So I had a police baton from my karate instructor because he just had one. He just had a spare and he just gave it to me. It was old though. It was kind of like rusted because like I remember I opened it at one point. I couldn't get it to collapse anymore.
Sorry.
I don't think I have that anymore.
Well,
That idiot is simple. I'm sure he'd forgive you if you apologize. She says with a smile. Maki is the last one to log out. Is there gonna be another murder? Okay, good. I was worried.
Shuichi.
Hey,
There's something I wanted to ask you. I totally didn't draw on your tummy when you were logged in. What?
Why?
is that all right?
Lifts up his shirt.
Okay.
I was also gonna say it was Dick Butt. I never met up with Miyu. I couldn't get to the rooftop because it was locked.
Huh?
Locked. After I gave up and went back to the salon to search for the secret of the outside world.
That's
Can anyone verify you were the salon the entire time? Did you meet anyone there?
Right?
You'll say there was no witness who can prove I wasn't there.
Hey.
Unless you saw the salon empty yourself.
Anyway,
Well, it's up to you whether you want to believe me or not.
Shuichi.
But you shouldn't doubt me like that. We're partners. Which one is it? Did Kokichi meet up with Miyu or not? Is it lying or telling the truth? Which is it? Oh, that was the wrong person to click on. How did I manage to miss Maki and Monotaro and somehow hit Himiko? Like the hitbox on that.
Hey!
I went like just barely between Maki's legs and threaded the needle, yeah, and hit Himiko behind her.
So,
The person who trampled this program was Miyu. Mommy had an essential way of writing code, so I knew it was her right away.
got a minute?
What'd she tamper with? A few things, but I'll share the first one with you.
so.
It looks like she deleted a lot of objects from the killing game simulator. She said she deleted anything to be used as a weapon. Why was there a hammer?
Okay.
Only the hammer was left, but why was it left? The way the program was written makes it seem like she did on purpose.
then
Did she add anything? We found a cell phone in the virtual world. No, that cell phone was an original feature of the program. That implies Miyu hid the fact from us, which means out of 2 maps, the rest was already part of the program. By the way, while we were talking about objects, I wanted to ask you something. We used the signboard to cross the river. Could have been used as something. Could have used something else as a bridge. I don't see anything else that could be used as a bridge to cross the river. I mean, she might not have used the lattice as a bridge. She might have used it to flow down the river.
Okie dokie.
huh?
Really?
She gave her avatar the non-human object.
That's
And what happens when you become an object? Well, the difference only for identification purposes. It probably didn't affect anything.
Well,
But if it didn't affect anything, then why would she have gone out of her way to do that? Always objectifying herself. Nice. Perhaps it has something to do with the next thing she tampered with.
So,
She had a wall that didn't originally exist in the program. Okay, so the loading wall, it wasn't even that. She just added that, right? Unless it's saying this is an additional wall.
hey,
okay.
Oh no. Oh, they're saying they added a wall, like one of the walls around the area. So then, okay, so then my guess is what happened was that she added the wall but made it so that like humans, people identified as humans can't pass through the wall, but objects could. That allowed her to go through. So Miyu It sounds like Miyu was setting out to kill someone, or and either killed herself by accident, or maybe someone else like killed her.
I see. Hey,
Ah. Okay.
Okay, so they could be unable to move if mommy touched them. Miyu touched them, their avatar would be paralyzed. Who was it? It was Kokichi. Me? I didn't know that.
Okie dokie.
So maybe Miyu might have been out to kill Kokichi then. Oh, got 3 bullets from that. Damn.
So,
Some sort of avatar error user occurred when you all logged in for the first time. Error? The contents of the error are unknown, so I can't provide any details, but something strange definitely happened to everyone's avatar, to someone's avatar, not everyone, when you logged in. What kind of error could it be? That's important information. Is that everything? Yep, okay, that's everything. The investigations always take like an hour.
You know, that thing where everyone stands in a circle and talks about the dead body. Low energy? I'm just taking a little break right now. Yep. Anyway.
You seem like you're not into it at all. We don't have to do a class trial.
You're right.
so.
What?
Thank you.
Monotaro is definitely going to die. He's definitely going to be the one to die next.
Thanks. Okay.
That kind of triggers a flag. Yeah, Himiko's got it.
Wait.
That too.
Sorry.
The flag is rising. In Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans, the first theme song is called Raise Your Flag. And so later when the series was airing, later in the series, people on like on forums and stuff, if a character had a death flag raised, they'd say like, flag has been raised.
All right.
Like like raise your flag, death flag.
So long. Farewell.
Also, raise your flag. Totally rips. By the way,
This is stupid.
Going to do his best.
such a good song.
Wow.
The music in Iron Blooded Orphans was all really, really good. I played like a game of Lancer, and the GM was using Iron Blood Orphans music for some of the fights, and it was real cool. I even like my mech. I even made my mech like melee based in that game, so like I was channeling some real good Barbados energy. I need to finish G-Witch. I don't know. I wasn't like, for some reason I wasn't really into G-Witch. Like I started watching it and it had some good stuff to it, but like it was hard for me to keep up with it for some reason. I don't know why. Like around the end of the first season, I my interest picked up for it again, and then I just kind of never got back into it. But I should go back to it. I should finish it. I've still got one more season to go. Sometimes things don't grab you. It's true. Sometimes it don't. I found it's easier for me to watch anime if I'm just kind of catching it every week as part of like a routine. It's kind of that way for me, like reading manga as well. Like that's the reason I finished Naruto in its original run, was because I just read it every single week. It was just a routine thing. That's also why I once Boruto came out. I told you I wasn't telling you where my head was at by the end of this investigation. I don't think you and I are exactly on the same page. No spoilers for me. Okay, well, we'll see. Anyway, I was saying Boruto I never picked that up. I think once Naruto ended and they were like, we're going to keep going. I was like, that's cool, guys. I think I'm done. And I think they just hit a time skip. Like, I think a time skip in Boruto just happened. And I'm just like doubly so. I'm like, oh my God, I'm there's so much. Board is still happening, yes. Like I said, I think they just hit a time skip.
Unfortunately. Right? Don't.
I don't know, man. I'm just kind of like,
I guess.
I think I'm just kind of done. I'm done with Naruto.
But
I love Naruto. I read it every week.
what?
I grew up on that shit.
Okay. You're right.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Huh?
I mean,
You get it?
huh?
You really don't get it. Well, you know.
Huh?
Shut up. Please don't.
Jeez.
Suck it up, Kaido. Now's not the time to be bickering with each other.
Got it.
Well.
Kaido's not gonna make
I
it.
believe in you. Shuichi.
Either he killed someone this case, which I don't think so because I think they're leaning too heavily on it, or he's gonna die in some other way. But he is not gonna make it. I'm not convinced.
I believe in you. Shuichi.
I just realized that like Kibo's robot lab came down and we did nothing with it. So I'm wondering if that's going to come into play later or if it's going to just be another red herring. Because we can't go back in labs once the person dies.
Let's do it.
So if Kibo dies soon, we won't be able to do it. So that leads me to believe that Kibo's probably not going to be the murderer.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. We'll do something with it. We'll see. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know what that face means. I think you told me last time. I still don't know what that face means. It's a vampire? Did you see that comic where it was like, it's been 1 week since I looked at me now. He's like, it's been 1 week since the Earth has turned into a giant Dracula. Here we have Billy Corgan to talk about it. Billy Corgan, what's your thoughts on this? And he's like, the world is a vampire. I think my favorite Billy Corgan joke is the one where it's like Billy Corgan on a roller coaster, and it goes down. It goes down the hill, and he just goes wee.
Welcome!
Why?
You're not friend anymore? Those sick using monster of forgetfulness to befriend him. He decided his own we were friends. Monotaro's gonna die. He's not gonna make it through this. He's gonna be the one to bite it this time.
Anyway,
That's another death flag. Because I think they're gonna be like, oh, there's so many death flags. And it's like, well, we don't think he wouldn't do it. And then they're gonna do it anyway. Alright, how many people are dead now with this splash screen? Oh, hey, Miyu. She gets a lot of trouble. We all miss her. Almost everybody on this first one except Himiko and Kaito. Only Kyo on this one. Oh, and Shuichi and Kokichi are the only ones on this one. Interesting. pay attention to the Muse portrait. I like what they did with it. I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I didn't see. I'll have to go back and look at it. Not here in the trial. Okay. Is it gonna be like a? It's not gonna be like a dildo or something, is it? It's not gonna be something weird like that. Okay. I need to get more water. I am gonna get up for a minute here. I will be right back, and then we will do this thing. All right, we're back. Oh, you got a cookie. Oops. Okay, hold on. I tried to raise up my microphone stand too high, and it came slightly apart. We're gonna just. Get a cookie. Honestly, I kind of want a cookie too, just from hearing all this, but I don't have any. There was a stream like a couple months ago where I really wanted to like get out and walk around or do something after streaming because I've been sitting here for hours. So I just went down to the mall and walked around there for a while and got a cookie while I was there. It was very good. Okay. First off, skills. We only have enough to probably buy one, if that. Saint Miko's ability. Silences all conversations except the reticles on. Effective during mass panic. That's actually really useful. We're going to take that one. Keyboard is not responding. Swear to God, this happens all the time. It's gonna happen like during the bait when I need to shoot something. Like the mouse or the keyboard's gonna like fuck up. All right, let's take a look at our evidence. Monokuma File 4. The victim in the Ultimate Adventure, Miyu Iruma. The victim's body was discovered in the computer room on the 4th floor of the school. The estimated time of death is 6:30 a.m. No injuries can be found on the victim's body. The Killing Game Simulator text file contained the following information. Objects can't break. Avatars cannot be injured. However, the body's 5 senses are connected to the avatar, and any damage an avatar takes is felt by the user's real body. If an avatar takes fatal damage, then the real body will also die from shock. Besides that, the virtual world is the same as the real world down to the laws of physics. There are no special travel methods such as vehicles or warps. She found the computer room. Log in, log out record. With the exception of Miyu, who died before she could log out, everyone only logged in and out once each. The timestamps for their logins and logouts are as follows. Basically, everybody logged out around the same time except Kaito. Nobody logged out and in. Miyu was found grasping her neck with both hands. She died with her eyes open and an expression of agony on her face. As the first to log out, Kibo was the first to discover Miyu's body. The fact that she was like grabbing her neck like that, and the fact there was still no like injuries, leads me to believe that like someone choked her to death in the game or smothered her. While Smugi was searching for the secret of the outside world in the virtual world's mansion, she saw Miyu's avatar through the window. While Shuichi and Sumugi were in the mansion's kitchen in the virtual world, they heard a loud sound as though someone crashed into something else. Shortly after, while they were both in the entrance hall, they heard Kibo's voice despite the fact that he should have been past the map loading point. Oh, whoa, what's this? Hi, Sally. Notices your Sally. While notices your celery. While outside for the secret of the outside world, while looking for the secret of the outside world, which we definitely didn't find, Miyu volunteered to search outside the chapel and split up from Himiko and the others. While Himiko and Maki and Kibo were searching inside the chapel, they heard a loud sound as though something hit the chapel from the outside. When they went to investigate, they found Miyu's avatar on the ground. Himiko and the others ran back to the mansion to log out and check on Miyu, but with no bridge. They couldn't cross the river. It was there they met up with Shuichi. For the visors to function, they need to be plugged into the computer with 2 specific cords. The red cord is for consciousness, the blue cord is for memory. It is unknown what would happen if the cords are plugged into the wrong slots, but there's a chance some kind of glitch might occur. A bottle of poison from the Ultimate Detective's lab. It was found on Kuki's seat. Well, okay, no. Let me take back what I just said about the strangling. It's probably just more likely I mean, like I don't know. It could be a red herring. It could be someone like trying to throw them off. But like, either she got strangled in the game, or somebody fed her poison while she was plugged in, and then she was choking. Had to shopping after all the boomers, but before it got too late. You have to hit that little sweet spot. If you go too early, that's when all the boomers get up. Or if you go like right after church, because it's Sunday, it's like around noon. That's especially when they all go. But if you go like late in the afternoon, they're all at home at that point. Kaito was the only one logged out from the virtual world. While he was looking for the secret of the outside world and the secret on the mansion's rooftop, a ring of light appeared around his feet, and he was suddenly logged out against his will. Not knowing if it was okay to log back in or not, he went to his room and slept. First floor of the mansion, the virtual world has a salon, a dining room, a kitchen, and a bathroom. The second floor is only the rooftop. While looking for the secret of the outside world, Kokichi searched the salon, Tsumugi searched the dining room, Kaido searched the rooftop, and Gonta searched the outside of the mansion. Map of the world. God, there's so many of these. There's so much evidence in this case. There's a map of the world. There was toilet paper we found. There's a signboard. There's the hammer. There's the cell phone, Miyu's avatar, which it froze and collapsed. There's a lattice. Me and Kokichi were supposed to meet on top of the chapel. Kokichi was in the salon, but because the rooftop was locked, he couldn't, so he returned to the salon. Coordinates, the virtual world represent an X and a Y axis. Miyu added a wall on the length of the Y axis. The wall had a special setting that allowed non-human objects to pass through. Yeah, okay, so that was it. She used that. That's how she got over from the chapel. She just walked through the wall. She was up to something. Everyone logged in. Okay. Let's save and do this thing. I don't know if we're going to get through the entire trial today. We will see. These trials are always like 3 or 4 hours long. I don't know if I want to go 3 or 4 hours. So we'll see. We'll see how we're feeling when we hit the intermission. We might do a shorter stream today. We'll see.
Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation.
Monokuma's...
Screw it. This is tiresome.
You need more motivation.
I do. I really do.
Monokuma's just
Now
done.
then, let's start this class trial.
Before we start, I just want to ask something since there's not a lot of us left. What happens if the votes result in 2 first places?
Huh? You mean like a tie? It means they're both the blackened. As long as one of them is correct. It's fine.
Daddy, are you sure you should make a decision like that so casually?
Yeah, it's fine.
As long as one of them is correct. So, like,
Thanks.
there can only be one blackened,
Since
though,
that's
as we
answered, I can
established,
start
right?
enjoying this life or death game now.
What game? How long are you gonna keep saying that?
Just ignore Kokichi. The rest... Got it! We can't die here! Oh my! Himiko has become so determined! It's true! People really do change!
But now she's lost what made her so unique.
That's none of
I
your
liked it better. I liked it better when she sucked.
We should focus on the class trial. First, we need to clarify.
Kaito's the culprit.
I saw Miyu's portrait, but I couldn't take a look at it.
Say that to my face.
Yeah,
While we were all
did I not call this, or did I
Kaito
call
logged out
this?
of
I was like, the very first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have to prove Kaito.
committed the murder.
We're gonna have to prove Kaito wasn't the murderer. He's gonna be the very first thing we do.
Kaito right. Kaito couldn't have killed Mew.
How long are you gonna keep saying that? Trusted people can still kill, you know. We
It's
already
true.
saw that a bunch of times. So many times. Since Kaede.
Oh, it does have triple X on it. That's really funny. The fact that Kaito was the only one logged out is suspicious, but not the culprit. It can't be. Non-stop debate. Wait, this is the lying. Isn't this the lying
Kaito
one?
logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though.
Oh, that's the wrong button. The wrong button. Sorry, I'm remembering how to play.
Kaito culprit? Impossible.
Yeah, this is the lying music, so we could lie right off the bat.
I didn't do it. I mean, we found that bottle of poison.
Are you sure? This sounds like the lying music.
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
What do you mean, last words?
First, we need to decide if Miyu was killed in the real world or the virtual world. That's where the problem lies.
Kaito logged out first by
Hammer.
himself.
Doesn't count.
You was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison.
We did.
Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
What do you mean, last words?
We decided Miyu was killed in the real world or the...
Kaito logged out first by himself. You was still logged in, though.
I'm not sure.
That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison.
Bottle of poison from the Ultimate Detective's lab. It was found in Kokichi's seat. The poison is neutralized if it mixes into anything, but still quite dangerous. Even a small amount will kill someone, making its victim's eyes completely bloodshot. Miyu's eyes weren't bloodshot, so that means that it couldn't have poisoned her. I swear this is the lying music, though.
On Kokichi's seat, did...
The Killing Game Simulator's text file contained the following information. Objects can't break. Avatars cannot be injured. However, the body's 5 senses are connected to the avatar. Any damage the avatar takes is felt by the user's body. You can try to load up a lie bullet. What other bullets do I even have? I swear, like, because I know that, like, when you hear, like, certain music, you can lie. I try to lie every time because the dialogue is always interesting, but I don't know what I would choose. I think,
The culprit was...
what's the hammer? What's the hammer about? Found on the ground by Miyu's avatar. I don't think it's the hammer.
was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Monokuma file was discovered in the computer room.
Well, Kaito, any last words?
This Killing Game. Objects can't break.
What do you mean, last words?
We decide Miyu was killed in the real world or the virtual world.
Kaito logged out first by himself. You was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Nope. Well, I can shoot lie bullets here, but I guess that wasn't.
I was wrong.
Kaito logged out first.
All right, let's just try the. I'll just forget lying. Let's try because like
In, though.
I don't think he didn't kill her with the poison.
Right, Kaito?
Kaito
Why didn't it
culprit?
let me shoot?
Impossible!
Why didn't it let me shoot? I was tapping it. Did the mouse fuck up? I was hitting it. Okay, let's try it again. I was hitting it. I was tapping the button. It wasn't working.
Logged out first. Still logged
I think it's the. I think I need to hit on poison.
in. Poisoned her, right?
Yeah, there you go.
That's wrong!
Okay.
Miyu wasn't killed by poison, and the warning on the label proves it. Drinking the poison would result in subconjunctival hemorrhaging. In other words, your eyes would be bloodshot.
Oh, but Mew's body.
She wasn't bloodshot, so it wasn't that.
Her eyes weren't bloodshot. She wasn't killed by that poison.
Then what was that poison for?
It's all the red herring.
The culprit wanted us to think Mew died by poison.
Then, what was her real cause of death?
The only one I can think of. Well, it wasn't. She was grabbing her neck, right? So. No. It would have been the real world.
Damn it!
Killing game. Oh, do they want me to say killing game simulator? Because you die in the game, you die for real. Okay, but I think the toilet paper. Okay, here's what I'm on though. Like, I'm wondering, did someone like smother her with the toilet paper? Could you do that? You couldn't do that. You couldn't smother someone with a toilet paper.
That was made clear in the program's
Like,
text file.
you could try to strangle them.
Miu received fatal damage in the virtual world and died from that shock.
You could try to strangle them with toilet
In that
paper.
case, it's fair to say that
But
the
like,
cause of death
you
was
can't
actually
do
the
that.
simulator.
Gonta has question.
Like, the hammer is the obvious choice.
Virtual world place.
The hammer is the obvious choice, but like, she didn't suffer like blunt force trauma or anything, so it's not actually going to be the
Don't
hammer.
understand, then don't
So
say
the
it.
hammer would have been used for something else. Like, I'm guessing the hammer is what she was going to use to kill somebody with.
If Mew was killed in the
Stuff
virtual
of
world,
full
then
of
the next
TP
thing
down
we
to
need
it.
to figure
You know what? That's a good point. Go back to my what I was saying earlier, that like, it requires motivation and creativity, drive of will, and anything. You can merge people with anything.
caused her to incur fatal damage within the virtual world.
So her cause of death in the virtual world is the one that matters.
Oh, it seems like Gonte is confused. So why don't we review things a bit? So we split into two groups to find the secret of the outside world.
The ones who searched the mansion were me, Shuichi, Samugi, Gonta, and that NPC Kaito.
Hey, who you calling NPC, you ASS?
Eh.
And the others who searched the chapel
Yeah.
were Keyboy, Maki, Himiko, and the late Mew.
How could someone have given her fatal damage in that situation?
It might have been her own fatal damage.
That's what you gotta think about. Now,
Aww, little Himiko
Maybe
was
she
all
choked
grown
herself
up.
to death, you know?
Too bad your chest hasn't grown up, though.
Maybe that was kind of just something that also
That's what it's
Kokichi
called for.
banned.
Someday, my chest will grow like crazy.
Let's begin then.
Kibo's like, okay, I am a robot and do not have anything to talk about with this, so non-stop debates. Question is going to be,
In the virtual world,
I don't know what the question
Miu
is,
was
actually.
fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whoever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
I don't.
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved?
I mean, yeah, I'm with
I
Maki
think
here.
strangulation is more likely.
It's possible she was pushed from a great
Both hands around grasping your head. I think it's strangulation. I think we need to. I
Could she
think it's
have drowned?
Maki. We have to agree with use the corpse. Briefly looked for me, Kibu thick there day. I didn't find anything good. Yeah, I guess you have to be the change you want to see in the world.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more.
I agree.
Consent. Maki and Shuichi have agreed on consent. Writing is hard, but just do a little bit every day. You just got to put something down. That's what I'm doing to try and like get this stupid video out that I'm trying to get out before the end of the month. That was supposed to come out last month, but it didn't. Mew's body shows severe trauma signs of struggle.
virtual world is connected to our 5 senses. If her body experienced pain, she must have been in pain in the virtual world as well. Knowing that,
Yeah.
She was
definitely.
strangled to death. So
Strangling
she was
and poisoning
strangled
only
in
helped
the
make
game.
her look like she suffocated.
Would have had to been like with
But
their
they
bare
already
hands,
removed
right?
the possibility of poison. Also, when a victim is but Mew was holding her throat, it's obvious she was trying to protect her windpipe.
Would the body in
The assassin master gets really chatty when it
would the
comes to
body like in the
corpses.
real world be reacting? Like, is that how does the VR just not like put you into kind of REM?
Her exact
But is strangulation even possible in the virtual world?
I mean, when you kind of look at it and think about how you're losing your religion.
If the avatars were equally strong, it would be difficult to strangle a resisting victim.
Yeah, if she was just as strong as them, no way
Hee hee.
they could have strangled her.
Then the culprit would need a tool. There are tons of cases where a weaker person would strangle a stronger person with a rope.
Wow, you know a lot about killing, nerd.
Wow, you're such a nerd. You know all about just murdering people.
But was there even a rope in that world?
There wasn't rope.
Then they must have used something else as a rope.
Are they seriously gonna make me guess the toilet paper? Something or rope, huh? So I found it during the investigation. It was the map of the world. It was the signboard.
this is it!
Oh, bullshit. No. You can't fucking do that. That's not how that works. You can't fucking murder someone with toilet paper. You would just breathe through it. You could like
I'm guessing that the toilet paper was used to
I'm guess
strangle her.
Rob object can't break in the virtual world. Okay.
Ignore that.
Okay, you're right. You're right. I didn't think about that because otherwise that would have been stupid. That would have been dumb. Oh, we got a dual Gunta. Because a killing game simulator, but that tells me killing game simulator can't.
No can use
Nothing
toilet
can.
paper
Nothing can break.
in place of rope.
I mean, I'm with Gonta, but
Tear too easy.
it's true.
I'll cut through your words.
That was fast.
The toilet paper
Unalive by
wouldn't tear,
toilet paper like the piece of shit she was.
because in the virtual world, objects are
Kokichi, get out of my chat.
unbreakable.
You're so dumb, Gonta. You didn't even know that?
If objects can't break in that world, then toilet paper shouldn't be able to tear. And since it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
Gonta not really understand, but... Sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
It's okay, Gonta. Don't worry about it.
Killed by toilet paper.
Oh my god, Himiko making the joke!
Fitting end. I do not fully understand that logic.
But if Mew was killed near the chapel, why was the murder weapon by the mansion?
Maybe the culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
The culprit meant to get rid of the evidence. They did a poor job at it. Much better place they could have
If
destroyed
toilet
it.
paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
Perhaps the culprit prepared.
No, the culprit didn't bring the hammer.
No? But who else but the culprit would bring a hammer?
Miyu did. We know it was her.
That's it.
Because she was up to something no good.
You was the one who brought the hammer.
Mew bring hammer?
Remember what she told us?
With the program, delete all dangerous objects.
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous object.
If that were true, meaning that Mew must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
But why she do that?
You brought the hammer for sure. What'd you need it for? She brought it because she was gonna kill somebody. Who was she gonna kill? Well, she was gonna meet up with... Yeah, she was gonna meet up with Kokichi.
Let's assume that
So... That means she was probably gonna kill Kokichi. So Kokichi, unless she was gonna give it to him and he was gonna kill someone.
What was she planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
No, she didn't need to do that. Can't break objects.
Don't I know? Mew gonna build stuff with hammer.
She probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone.
Yeah, it was you. Yeah, it was you. Why would you out yourself like that? Huh. Okay.
Mew was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm. With
he just admits it. He's like, yeah, it was fucking me.
What? Is that true?
I was gonna fucking kill someone.
At the chapel.
By the way, Mew asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world. I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Mew called Kokichi out?
If Mew brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
I mean, my guess is that she was gonna kill. Yeah, I confess her love for Kokichi. I have enough hearts. I'm gonna pick that one. She was gonna confess her love for Kokichi and use the hammer if he turned her down. Confession on the rooftop under trees are stereotypical. I admire them. But I think the situation might be a bit different. Oh, whoops. I'm a fraud. Is either this one or this one. I guess she would.
That's it.
Yeah, okay. She was going to try and kill him. Interesting.
She was trying to kill Kokichi.
She was what?
Yep. She plotted to meet up with me and then kill me
Kill me with a hammer.
If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Mew's plan, okay?
What's the plan? Sure, you figure something out. All right, let's do it. Time to get into my mind taxi. This mechanic is very silly. I preferred the snowboarding version of this, but this is very silly. Let's run over some ladies. Let's go to our mind palace and run over some ladies. This one also just feels like it takes a really long time compared to the whatchamacallit, compared to the slalom, the snowboarding one. Like this one goes on a long time. I do like it, but it's like it goes on a long time. Who tried to kill Kokichi? Well, Miyu, we know is Miyu, so that's gonna be her. Oh my god, I just realized there's like billboards of Miyu that were passing by. I didn't even notice that before. Thinking time. Shuichi imagines just like driving down the highway. That's how he does his detective work. It would have been Miyu. So right up the middle. I think it's the first time they've done like 3 of them, right? Bonk. Oh god, that's a long one. Okay. This is how Shuichi solves all of his his problems. Shuichi, Kaede's talking to him, is like, hey Shuichi, where you want to go for dinner tonight? It's like, thinking time! Meaning pictures like running over. It's like Taco Bell, Zaxby's, McDonald's. It's like, well, I was thinking about Taco Bell, huh? It's like, Shuichi, were you thinking about driving down a highway running over people in Vegas again? Maybe. Where was she trying to kill him? She was trying to kill him in the mansion on the rooftop, right? Well, the virtual world, obviously. What are we trying to, like... Are we just kind of putting together, like, what we literally just said in the real world? Like, that's kind of what I'm... I don't know. Like, it just feels like we're kind of repeating ourselves a little bit. What do I know? We'll see. Shuichi, I'm coming over. You better not be psychically driving down the highway running over women. Shuichi. Why was a bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat? Well, it was a diversion. So, does that mean Miyu did it? She was going to kill him. Oh, yeah. So she was going to kill him. Yeah, it was a diverted attention. So she was going to kill him in the virtual world with the hammer. And then people would be like, what killed him? Like, oh, it was the poison, clearly. And they wouldn't be able to show, like, oh, well, there wasn't any blunt force trauma because it was virtual. So they'd be like, oh, it was clearly the poison. I'm guessing that's what we're going to go.
She wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
She placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
She did that too?
What? Miyu was the one who put that poison bottle there? No, that ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that.
Kaito, I don't know, man. This is a thing I had figured out by the time the investigation was over, but I had zero idea about the actual murder. So, like, you'd figured out that, like, Miyu, like, was trying to...
When could Miyu have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
Well, we had, like, the logout record, right?
Back in?
She couldn't have placed it.
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then you couldn't have placed the poison.
I mean, yeah, no, I agree with Kaito. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, no, wait, I'm not agreeing with him. That's actually, she did log out, didn't he? I forgot. I forgot I wasn't consenting with Kaito. This is a contradiction. I guessed the wrong thing. I guessed the right thing by accident because I forgot I was doing the wrong thing. Task failed successfully. Yeah, really, though.
Is this a record of who went in and out of the virtual world?
That's right. It says that Miyu was the last of us to log in.
Okay, yeah, so she could have...
Yeah, what about
Well, that wasn't what I was going for, but I task failed successfully. Oh, I'm a mess. I am 100% a mess.
That's right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
This was all part of Miyu's plan.
I got there somehow.
She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world, then pin the crime on Kaito.
Well, that's not my fault.
Which is why she manually logged you out, just for that purpose.
So she did that to me?
Yes, I'm positive of that. Miyu used a method only she could use to log Kaito out manually.
How did Miyu log Kaito out? It would have had to be the cell phone.
This is it!
I love when you scroll through a
It was the
menu
cell phone found by Miyu's
and
avatar.
when you let up and like get to it like
That cell
what you
phone
need to
worked the same
perfectly.
way as the phone in
It feels
the
good.
salon. I verified this myself when I spoke Kaito's name into it.
So she logged Kaito out
See, with that cell phone,
to frame
she
him
could
then?
force anyone to log out at any time.
But Miyu never mentioned a cell phone, right?
Yeah, because she was trying to
She
kill
referred to
Kokichi.
and mentioned a method only she could use. She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
So, she really was planning a murder.
And she tried to set me up.
Well, I knew that from the start.
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
Because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion.
I don't agree with that, but I understand where you're coming from. I understand the lesson
Well,
you're
I
trying
think
to
your
teach.
ideals should stay the same.
But I don't agree. You have to trust
Because
people.
phonies like you are
You gotta
what
have
make
people
the
who are gonna
game
have
more
your back.
interesting.
Makoto wouldn't have gotten through the first game if he didn't trust Kyoko. He had to trust her.
Do I? I don't know about that. Huh? Wait, what were we talking about?
I wonder when Daddy's gonna get his motivation back.
Yeah! If Father keeps slacking off, all the work is gonna get forced onto Mommy. Huh? My head!
We trusted
Anywho,
Kaede.
it's a
We
blessing
did
in
trust
disguise that you
Kaede,
died and not me.
but I don't want. Look, if this game's moral, like, grand theme that it tries to go with is that people you trust betray you always, I'm gonna be pretty upset. So I don't think that's what the theme is that they're going for, but we'll see.
Because she wouldn't have said anything about what really happened in the virtual world.
Because that's a shitty theme. Not
You
that,
guys would have had
not a
way
shitty
harder
theme.
time
I guess I
finding the
shouldn't say
culprit.
that, but I do not agree. I don't like
She wouldn't have been
like
able to
that.
lie about the virtual
I guess I'll
world
just say it
twice
that
as
way.
much
I
as
don't
she
like
wanted.
that as a theme. It's very cynical and I don't like it.
Never know that the murder actually took place in the virtual world.
So that's why she decided to attempt a murder.
I
because she had
prefer
total
to
control.
I prefer more to try and
the
trust
reason you
trust
were
in
so
humanity.
insistent we go into the virtual world was
Despite what humanity does end up doing often. But we're getting off topic.
she was insistent we go there so she could kill us. What a shady person.
I was sad that she was gone, but now I don't know what to think.
Nice! Backstabbed by a trusted friend. See? That's an ideal fun situation. Now we can start a real class trial.
Also, that kind of theme would also give make it so that Kokichi essentially.
Sort of sound like Monokuma.
Really?
Someone
I don't sound
died, someone
anything like
killed,
him.
and you said yourself you like all the remaining characters to a certain degree.
You're
No,
just
I
like
understand.
Monokuma. Both of you are cowards.
I even
You
like
never speak the truth or show your true face.
I even like Kokichi to a degree. I think he's fun. And no, I get it. Like, it's one of those things that, like, the whole thing about these games is that, like, a lot of the characters, there's a couple of characters that we're just kind of like, okay, you murdered someone and you're a piece of shit. But a lot of the characters are like, it's just kind of like they're in a completely impossible situation and are doing things that, like, they've just been pushed to the brink for, and it's just like, is that an excuse or not? I don't know, but you feel bad about it.
Wait, coward?
And
You say some interesting things sometimes, Kaito.
I don't know. I'm not saying this is where the game is going with the theme, but if the theme just ends up being that people that you trust betray you always, or will betray you at the worst possible moment, that just leaves a really bad taste in my mouth. So I'm gonna hope that's not what they're going for. So we'll see. Let's keep playing and find out.
Without a mask, never saying what you really think. That kind of cowardice is just like Monokuma.
Daddy, they're calling you a coward. Aren't you gonna do something?
Yeah, I just gotta do my signature laugh, right? There, I did it.
And I'm also going to say that it's okay if a game or like a movie or whatever has like a theme that I don't particularly agree with or enjoy. It's allowed to have that.
He's completely lost his
But I'm
drive.
also allowed to have that opinion about it.
Who clings to their former fame.
My head!
Listen up, Kokichi. To hell with this game of suspicion crap. I will never be okay with it. I'm just gonna believe in everyone. Instead of suspecting my friends, I'm gonna find the truth by believing in them.
Well, if you think you can win this game like that, then sure, be my guest.
And we'll see. Maybe Kaito will end up being the murderer in this, and it'll cause a major crisis of faith for Shuichi in the final act.
Of course I can. I don't need your permission.
How long are you guys going to argue? Let's hurry this up and continue. If we don't find the culprit, then we'll all die. You know that?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
If we are going to begin searching for the culprit, let's start with Kokichi's story.
Huh? My story?
You were meeting with Miu, but she ended up as the victim. So it's only natural for us to think you're the killer, right?
Here's my answer. I never met up with Miu.
I mean, according to him, that's his account that he never
I
actually
tried
got
to go to
there.
the roof to meet up with her, but the door was locked.
Isn't lockpicking your specialty? You should have been able to open it easy.
I couldn't pick locks with my avatar body. I didn't have the tools for it either. Also, I never went to the roof, not even for the meeting.
I remember you and Gonta went off together when we first started looking.
But was the door to the roof actually locked? When I was on the roof before logging out, the door wasn't locked.
Huh? How should I know?
Then who locked the door to the roof?
I already told you. How should I know?
When I went to the roof, it wasn't locked. So you gotta be lying.
What good would it be if I lied? I don't want to die either, you know.
Lying would do you a lot of good if you're the culprit.
She's got you there.
Oh.
It's like, oh, right.
Realize that.
What kind of response is that? That's suspicious as hell!
Wait, there's no point in arguing about that now. The truth will come out eventually. Before we get to that, we need to discover the truth behind Mew's death. Truth? There were mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. We need to make sense of those first.
Wow, Shuichi, you know your way around this game. Yes, keep up the hard work. The fate of our lives rests in your hands.
So, what is this strange circumstance?
Kokichi claims it was Mew who chose the meeting place, but I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
I see.
She walked through the
Bridge
wall
connecting the
because she
mansion and
didn't
chapel into the river
make
herself.
her avatar a human. It was a non-object.
If that's the case, then Mew might not have even gone to the roof.
Huh? So she stood me up? It's very rude to break a promise.
Did she go or was she never on the roof at all? Sumugi's account was searching for the secret of the outside world. She saw Mew's avatar through the window.
For me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell, it's right next to the chapel.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
Hmm.
So, her meeting with Kokichi...
She stood me up?
Well, wait, hold on. I forget. Did she set that to herself or? No, she has a special setting that. Okay, if Mew touched him, he'd be unable to move. So that was just part of like how she's trying to kill him.
Five. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew...
Oh, come on. There we go. The letter moved in front of the target.
Mew must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Yeah. When I was searching the dining room, I saw Mew pass by the window.
Then why didn't you say so sooner?
Sorry. I thought I was just mistaken since there was no way she could have come to the mansion. But I guess I wasn't mistaken after all. That was definitely Mew.
Then, how did she get to the mansion from the chapel?
There must have been some special method only Mew knew, like with that cell phone.
There's no doubt about that. That's why she dropped the brick. If a murder occurred when it was impossible to cross the river, she wouldn't be implicated. She used a secret method to move from the chapel to the mansion for the murder.
She
dropped the
walked
bridge to
through
make
the
a huge
wall.
scene, just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
So, what secret method did she use?
It won't be that easy to figure out. It's called a secret method for a reason.
Oh, but don't we?
No worries, guys. As long as we leave it to Shuichi, everything will be
What are you saying? This class trial... Shut up!
Positive use of there's a method. So we know that like she would like okay, so we know that what she did, she walked through the wall. So it's really a question of like how do we present that? Log out. Wall added.
Way across it only Mew knew.
Would have been the wall.
Like a hidden bridge besides that sign. underestimated.
Not the bridge.
Or instead of bridge, you use some kind of vehicle to go over.
No, there were no vehicles or warps.
Maybe she teleported with magic.
No, you declared like they're literally
Or she used a warp zone.
like there was no warps or
Maybe there's a
vehicles.
place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only cross.
Yeah, there we go. Consent with the robot.
That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use.
Was there really?
Mew modified the program to add a special wall to the world. The wall stretches along the y-axis, but
Yeah, so like
it's unclear whether we do
so
know
otherwise the
whether
wall
Mew
just would have
serves
wrapped
the right
around. It would have been like a
Don't be naive, Shuichi.
But Kaito, come on, man.
What is it, Kaito?
Jeez, you set up a weird wall like that? That is suspicious. But it's got nothing to do with what we were talking
Kaito, please. It does though.
Do with it.
I'm not saying I agree with everything I say, man, but like come on.
about. Realize your mistake? Are you losing your edge?
Using your edge, like say a samurai edge.
My sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes. I'll make it right.
I'm Batman, you're Robin. It's time for me to kick you around a little bit. Those are everyone's favorite stores. I'm guessing it's going to be her
What we
avatar.
gotta figure out is how Mew got from the chapel to the mansion. So why waste time talking about the impossible? It's pointless. We gotta take a whole new approach here.
Advance.
Now wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
No, because I mean, I've figured it out. It's one of the cases where I'm ahead of the game. No, that's not it.
I was wrong.
Is that the wrong
Just said
setting?
something, you?
Wall.
That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go
Oh no,
through.
I was too early.
Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object.
Ah,
after all.
shit. I hit the wrong.
Get it? So
Yeah,
let's
no,
go
that's what I was supposed to do.
But
They
you
threw it in
just
front.
said
They threw it in
something.
front of me before I could I reacted too quickly.
Only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all. I'll cut through your words.
But she objectifies herself all the time. By the way, this is the case that made me
The
dislike
wall
Kaito.
wasn't the only thing that Mew changed.
Well, we'll see.
She also changed her avatar settings from human to object.
I thought it was the last case. Human to
Object?
Oh, you said that last time too.
Which means the virtual world treated
This is the
Avatar as an
the case where you doubly disliked him.
object, through a wall that
Put
only
another strike on his
non-humans
report card. It's like I don't think so, Kaito.
Is that right?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to everything Shuichi says. I already told you. The more you try, the more you cause us trouble. It's so totally lame that your own sidekick is dissing you!
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all.
Says the man that is very clearly bothered.
Just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
Okay.
It's pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Kokichi, please refrain from making such irrelevant and irrational remarks.
Yeah, that's not gonna work, buddy. I think he's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants.
If Mew messed
We've
with the
tried.
program and made a wall only she could go through.
Then her secret route was through that wall?
That's it, right? Like using a glitch in a game to walk outside the map. I bet Mew had a hidden passage like that in the back of the chapel.
But even if she could walk through walls, was there really a hidden passage? Because Mew said...
Everything ends there. Yeah, guys, she was lying to you. Yeah, thank you,
There'd be
Maki.
no point in going if there was nothing on the other side.
Mew lied.
I wonder what the truth is. There's no way to find out now.
That cum-soaked urinal cake was totally lying about there being nothing past the wall.
Jesus Christ.
She lived a life of pride, vulgarity, and secrets. Lying would be a piece of cake for her.
Tell us how you really feel, Kokichi.
Kichi,
You no have to go that far.
Stop it! Don't badmouth Mommy!
Monotaro?
Listen to you, talking about Mommy like she was a terrible lying whore. But Mommy wasn't lying. There was no hidden route in that virtual world.
Oh, there wasn't, huh?
Hey! You can't tell them such an important hint!
Monotaro's totally biting at this chapter.
If you see that hint is important, then I guess it must be true.
Oh, shoot!
Ah, jeez. You're lucky you're cute.
He's saying all this stuff about me because the Cubs revealed something? Guess I should thank him, but I have no idea why he does things
So now that
sometimes.
we know there's no hidden route,
I'm not gonna give him
why
the
would she manipulate
satisfaction.
program? If there's actually nothing past the wall, then that setting was meaningless.
You wouldn't have done something meaningless. She would have had a plan.
Yes. We aren't sure why yet.
Mystery of...
There have been a lot of strange occurrences in the virtual world.
Such as Miyu dying.
If we can determine why, we will also determine what Mew was up to. We'll know why she wanted to pass through the wall.
All right, let's clear up those strange occurrences.
Yeah, go...
Speaking of strange occurrences, I'm just plain worried about that one thing. Remember? That thing that made us notice all the strange occurrences?
The thing. Ah.
This is it!
The loud noise, which I totally actually forgot about
The
until
loud
right
sound
now.
You and I heard in the kitchen?
I remember someone talking about like speedrunning Danganronpa, like someone who joined the stream a couple streams ago. And we're like, I was looking for Danganronpa V3 speedruns, and I'm thinking about like how a speedrun of this game would actually work.
First off, sound can't go past the map loading point.
Like, wouldn't you just hold down escape and just like scroll through literally everything?
That sound was something hitting the chapel wall. It was real loud.
And we definitely heard it. We heard Kibo's voice as well. You heard my voice too?
I don't know. Like, I would assume that like, because otherwise, if you were doing it and you couldn't like just speed through all the dialogue, the speed run like
Some kind of clue to the mystery of the virtual
it would still just be like several hours long, right?
Well, let's check the answers later.
It couldn't be
and
that
try
fun to
find all the
watch.
Other clues first. There was another mysterious phenomenon in the virtual world, wasn't there?
Because speedruns are entertaining to watch, not just like for watching a player play a game like skillfully and quickly, but also just watching them break the game.
I always thought you would be the one to trust me.
Sorry, going to not mean...
To each their own, I suppose. Then
There's no need to apologize to him. He's probably just lying again.
What was the other strange occurrence?
another mysterious phenomenon. Mind mine. I had a hard time with this the first time I played it because I didn't realize you didn't have to clear literally everything. And once I realized that, I enjoyed Mind Mine a lot more. It's probably the sign, right? There we go.
I see it.
The other one, what was the other one? Like it was the toilet. Was that the other one? It was like a toilet in the kitchen.
sign that we were using as a bridge was odd to me.
The clock. Okay, it looked kind of like a toilet. The brief glance I got at
We
it.
mentioned it before, but Mew dropped the sign in the river. We found it later, but there was something unnatural about it.
Sign was definitely weird. Not confused why I got this. Remember exactly what happened with the sign. All right, guys, we're going back into the taxi. These are coming like right, very, very soon after each other. Like this is like we just had one of these. We usually get like one of these per trial. Oh, there's pictures of Tsumugi for some reason. I'm like, because like Miu was like on it last time, and I thought, oops, Miu was on it last time, and I thought it was like, wow, that really slows you down. Damn. Tsumugi's the one who sets you on this train of thought. Oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. But it's kind of funny. Yeah, she was the one that like brought it up, but it's funny because like last time it was like pictures of Miu. At which point was the signboard swept away? The river, I guess? Yep. Oh, there's more pictures of Miu. Of I think of her getting strangled. Where is the end of the river? Ah, I'm getting hungry. I think it was the mansion side. No? Was it the transition point? No? Okay, so it was the chapel side. Okay. Interesting. Well, I thought it was down on the mansion, like the river, like, I was thinking about, like, the way the water went to where we found the sign. It was on the mansion side, right? I guess that's, I guess the, yeah, alright, yeah. Strange, isn't it? Where was the signboard found after it was swept away? Well, like, we made note about how it was like... Where was it found? Oh, it was found at the mansion side. Yeah, that's right. So, was that all of it? Oh god, there's more. Oh god, there's a long one. It's alright, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. It's alright, we've only hit 2 pedestrians. Compared to the river's current, which way did the signboard float up? Okay, we did talk about this, about how, like, the current was weird. Like, it ended up in a weird spot. Against the current. Yeah, it was against the current. It made no sense. Bonk. It connects. I've ran over so many women.
It appeared as though the sign was carried against the river's current. We all saw Mew drop the sign and watch the river carry it downstream. And the river was wide there. The sign should have traveled downriver toward the chapel, correct? It should have hit the wall on the far side of the chapel and stopped there.
But it was an object.
But that's not where we found
It was an object that allowed us to pass through. I don't entirely understand why we're still talking about this, though.
Nestled in some rocks.
Like, have we not established that Miyu, like, changed herself to, like, walk through?
The signboard should have been near the chapel, but we found it on the other side.
Hold up. Didn't you stay on the chapel side? She probably grabbed the signboard from the chapel wall to cross the river.
She could have just walked through the wall, guys.
Left it on the boulders near the mansion so she could get back.
Why would she leave the signboard where it could get swept away and leave her stranded?
Also, this has nothing to do with walking through the wall, right? We're getting off topic.
Yeah, I actually agree with Kokichi for once.
Close to the truth. We just have to connect the how and what. All the mysterious things that happened have to connect with each other somehow.
Connect how?
A wall only objects can pass through. Sounds that shouldn't be heard. A signboard going against the river current. How are they all connected?
I don't know. But Shuichi should know, right?
What?
We would be in a lot of trouble if you didn't. The only one who can solve this mystery and save us all is you.
So,
How are they connected?
The unnatural way the sign was carried is possibly related to the wall.
Yeah, non-human objects can pass through the wall.
It might have to do with a wall that only objects can pass through. The sign should have stopped at the wall on the other side of the chapel, but if that wall happened to be the one that Mew set to allow objects through...
I see. It's a wall only non-humans can pass through. That means the signboard can pass through the wall, right?
Even if it could pass through the chapel wall, how did it end up by the mansion?
the only way it could do that is if the wall was a warp zone. But it's not, right?
Leave it to me, Shuichi. I, your partner, will give you hints in times of trouble.
Kokichi has joined your party without your consent.
This is the virtual world. We should throw away all of our common sense, okay?
Huh? The hell does that even mean?
Another signboard. I don't think that's true. I don't think it teleported. So that just leaves downstream and upstream connects. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but...
What if both ends of the river were connected?
Okay, I guess that's what it means.
Both ends of river connected?
I mean, it's a virtual game, right?
Exactly. To put it another way, the river isn't cut off at the wall near the chapel. It's all part of one big loop. The upstream part of the river is connected to it.
What? What are you talking about? Both ends of the river can't...
Again, throw out all common sense from your head. We're talking about the virtual world.
Then what about the wall?
Forget about common sense. Forget everything you knew about the You know what? We're putting that one back in the oven. I'm abandoning that joke. It didn't come out right.
It wouldn't have been able to go through the mansion wall, too.
I got it.
I got it.
I know why Mew only set up one wall.
What are you talking about now?
You just said one wall. We managed the walls. The same wall. She put a Titan in the wall. She was gonna have a Titan come forward and kill all of us. Apparently, Attack on Titan is still going, but it's so confusing every time I see announcements for it. Like, it's in its final season. It's like saying, like, Attack on Titan, final season, part 1, like, part 1, episode something like that. And I'm just like, what the... every time I see it, I'm just like, how many episodes of this show has left? I don't understand. No, it's still going. They're dragging it out as long as they possibly can. I think the manga ended, but the anime is going.
Through the wall by the chapel and come out by the mansion.
Everything is starting to connect.
I read Attack on Titan for a while, and then it kind of lost me.
Didn't I tell you? Everything is connected.
I think when everything started becoming like about the human conspiracy and the kingdom and everything like that, I think that's kind of where I checked out.
Importantly, this is the final stretch. If both the river and wall are connected, then you can find the secret. Shuichi, you already know the secret behind the virtual world, right?
I mean, it would be something that Miyu already added. Like, the loading point is probably that, right? Because Miyu added that, and that's probably why she did that, I would assume. What even... Let's start with that. Was that... Okay. So, W... Whoa... World? Oh, wrong letter. World wall? No, it should be letters. World barrier? B-A-R-R-I. No. Look, that was an accident. I didn't mean to hit that, but okay. Lore? Load? No. Is there an A? World loads? No A's. Loops? World loops? Okay. Okay. World loops. A balanced part of a complete breakfast. Eat your world loops and murder your friends today.
It's a loop. Loop.
Just like in old games,
It's
right?
like Fruit Loops for better. World Loops are for kids. That's kind of goes into what I was saying earlier about how it's like a game. Like, yeah, you go left side of the screen. Exactly what Subi's saying.
On the right.
You got there before I could type the joke. Ah.
Exactly. The edge.
The virtual world loops?
Not loops, but I got some cereal. I got some. I got some Cinnamon Toast Crunch that's like apple flavored. It is okay. I think I talked about this yesterday. It is okay.
Into the wall downstream of the river. Came out of that
It's not my favorite. I feel like there's a little bit too much going on. It's like you combine Apple Jacks and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I miss Apple Jacks. I got news for you, buddy. They're still around. You can go get some right now. Or you can get some limited edition Cinnamon Toast Crunch apple cinnamon.
There wasn't a wall on the y-axis at all, and the x-axis was set to loop.
Are you serious?
I see. Well, I mean, like, could you just have it without milk? Like, they're kind of weird. Like I don't know. Some people like it that way. Like Al likes cereal like without milk. They
But at least it's not a boring
they call it
answer.
kibble.
It also explains all the things that happened.
Dry cereal's fine. It can be like a nice little treat.
Explain everything, does it?
I just prefer mine with milk.
Because we still don't know why we heard that one sound or Kibo's voice.
Yeah, sound doesn't go past the nap loading point.
Actually, if we know that the world is a loop, we can explain that as well. Huh? Yes.
Where the loop?
I'm guessing it starts at the loading point, right?
Doesn't it loop at the walls next to the mansion and chapel?
Well, no, that's right. I'm thinking of the wrong thing.
Necessarily.
Well,
If we heard a noise at the chapel from inside the mansion, then the loop...
I'm a little confused. Well, what they're saying. I think he's trying to get me to pick the loading point. Okay, but I'm wondering what the explanation's gonna be.
The
I guess he'll
map
tell me.
loading point was where the virtual world looped. We thought the loading point was in the middle of the map. But the loading point was actually at the edges.
So the wall Mew created, her wall was at...
I see. So the mansion and chapel were near each other, and any sounds emitted near the chapel would also reach the mansion.
Okay, that's interesting.
The wall only allows non-humans to pass through, so sound should be able to pass through.
So
easily.
she basically.
That's right. That's how the virtual world works.
That's interesting. She completely made it different. Wow. Wow, Miyu fucked with this thing real good.
Impressive, Shuichi! For you to get
She really
this
wanted to kill
far.
Kokichi.
Yes! Yes! You are useful indeed!
For you to get this far, what are you, some villain pulling the strings?
I mean, yeah.
Nope. Mew pulled the strings here, not me. Remember? Mew also set this trap. It all began when Mew showed us the map. Because of the map, we mistakenly thought the loading point was at the center, which in turn made the mansion and chapel seem farther away from each other.
But the structure of the world wasn't actually like that. There was a wall along the y-axis.
Interesting.
And the x-axis came around in a loop.
By putting that wall in the center of that world, she cut off the loop.
So ever since Mew showed us that map, we were caught in her trap. But we solved this mystery thanks to Shuichi.
So they were right next to each other the whole time. The map trap.
If Shuichi
It's
wasn't
insane
there,
action,
we
a
never
murder
would've solved this
contraption, the foul mouth convention, map trap.
Good work, Shuichi.
Play the map trap. Loop through and try to kill your friends, but don't get caught by the loudmouth busty lady.
Just because we found out the virtual world's secret doesn't mean we can take it easy yet.
I remember me and some friends in college when we were kind of at that stage where like you get to college and you realize like, oh wow, I can do things that I always wanted to do but just couldn't for some reason. Like, guys, let's go buy and play Mousetrap, that show we always saw commercials for. And we finally bought Mousetrap and we were playing it and it was so boring. I don't know if we were playing it wrong, but it was not as fun as the theme song made it sound.
Actually, this culprit hunt just got to the
Yeah, I know it's a game for 4-year-olds, but you know what? I think a 4-year-old me would have probably been bored with it too.
culprit. That's how a class trial works after all.
I'm just saying, I still enjoy Break the Ice, and I played that when I was 3.
No matter what you say, I'm not gonna believe your lies.
I'm not saying it had to be like an intricate like board game like Settlers of Catan like or Monopoly thing, but I don't know, it could have been
I
fun.
can't wait to see what happens next.
Break the Ice is good. That was like the first board game we ever owned. It's a very simplistic thing, but it's fun. It's also one of those games. It's basically just another form of Jenga. Tournament to Break the Ice once. That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun, actually. I went to Gen Con recently with a friend, and it was fun to see how many board games there were that were like super intricate and complicated and basically like just like I don't know, like with the kind of things that like you would expect that would just take hours or just like people that were clearly made like with very like I'm not sure what the word is I'm trying to look for, like analytical people, methodical people, not the words I'm looking for, but you know, like adults to play. But there were so many games too that were just kind of like very like easy, like simple games that were clearly made for like the whole family. That were still a lot of fun. Like there was one game that I demoed that was really fun where like the idea was that you were one person was a raccoon who was like trying to like hawk a bunch of like trash to a bunch of possums. It was fun. It was called Trash Talk. And there was another game. There was another game like I played with. We played where it was a trick card game, quote unquote trick, which I didn't know that was like a classification of game. It's apparently like Hearts, I think, is a trick game. And so when they were explaining it to me, I had no idea like what some of the things you're talking about. And I like kind of picked up the rule book, was looking at parts of it. And then they were like, okay, so Simmons, you got everything? And I'm like, not really. And I'm just, so I said like, what's a trick game? And they just said, oh, you're not from the Northeast. Those are popular up here. They're like, okay, that explains why you're confused. But it's funny because the game we were playing was a game called Arum, which was supposed to be kind of a subversion on trick games. So they were like, oh, well, you'll have an advantage then because like we've all played these games and we're having to think differently, whereas you're playing a trick game for the first time. So like, we still lost. I still lost. I only won like, I won like one board game that whole weekend.
I just can't. My head hurts so much. I just can't remember.
Have you forgotten? Maybe that's for the best. From this point forward, let's start a new life for ourselves. After all, our baby is excited to meet his daddy, you know?
Daddy? Wait, what? I'm gonna be a father?
Monotaro is so dead. He's gone. He's not going to make it. All right, we're just going to ignore that.
A colossal death flag. I'd be surprised if he doesn't die after that.
Himiko.
More importantly, let's continue the conversation where we left off.
We understand Mew plotted the murder, but we need to find out who killed her.
And in order to figure that out, we need to understand Mew's actions. So let's discuss her murder scheme step by step.
I know that's important, but hearing you lead the conversation really pisses me off.
Let's see. Mew manipulated the virtual world to use it as part of her murder plan.
Don't just ignore me and start anyway.
If she had succeeded, she would have gone past the wall between the chapel and mansion. And then wham! Murdered me on the roof with the hammer.
She would make the murder seem like it happened in the real world, and then pin it on Kaito.
As for Mew's alibi in the real world, she could say she was locked into the virtual world, and in the virtual world, she could say she was near the chapel the entire time.
She'd make an excuse about how she couldn't reach the mansion because of the fallen bridge.
Basically, Miyu pulled Sayaka. Yeah, she was trying to murder someone else, and somebody ended up murdering her. It is kind of what happened, isn't it?
She dropped the bridge on purpose so she could separate the chapel from the mansion. Then secretly passed through the wall she installed and took advantage of the loop. After, she headed to where we were supposed to meet up, the mansion's rooftop. Oh yeah, Kaito was probably logged out around that time too.
That's when I saw Mew.
Just running through the void. Wonder what that even feels like. I mean, I guess she just passes through it, but like,
because of her murder plans, we don't even know where she was.
what was that? There are five. You get the five senses in the Avatar world. I wonder what it feels like.
Kokichi told us the roof door was locked and that he couldn't get through.
Maybe that when culprit killed her.
That's probably what happened. The culprit killed her on the locked roof.
Did the culprit lock the door to the roof?
Perhaps. I don't think Mew did it. If Mew did lock it, she would have done it when she called Kokichi to the roof. Even if someone came up, I don't believe she would change the target of her plan. She knew that Kokichi would come up later. Locking the door would be suspicious.
Well, it's possible she didn't even think that far ahead.
She was smart, but she was also really, really dumb.
She was.
No
go say such mean things.
I mean, it's not untrue though.
Not Mew. Mew, not bad person. Grown to think we could have been friends if things different.
I also agree with Gonta.
That might have been difficult.
I mean, like, I agree with that. Like, Miu, I don't think Mia was a bad person, and that the killing game is to blame. But I don't know if she would have been friends with Gonta. Everyone, and literally everyone's like, no, I don't think so, man.
Anyway, let's continue the discussion. If Mew was killed on the roof of the mansion, the culprit must have moved Mew's avatar to the chapel after killing
There
her,
are different
right?
levels of intelligence in terms of like, and then like Miu was very like, very mechanically smart at least.
Actually next to each other. But the problem is the wall.
I don't know. Everyone in these games are a level of dumb. They're high
Was able to
schoolers.
go through that wall. The culprit wouldn't have been able to.
Then you're saying the culprit sent Mew's avatar through that wall?
Yeah, that's the only way, right?
But how did the culprit send Mew's avatar through the wall? I mean, it's not like they could have thrown her.
Don't her not throw her!
We know.
Just clarifying, I didn't do that.
Was equalized.
Physical strength equal.
Well, there was an early theory I had early on that like maybe Kokichi or somebody found a way to like trick Gonta into actually killing someone. I don't think that's where we're going with that anymore.
Already in the second half of the class trial.
How did they send Mew's avatar?
Himiko
to
is
the
kind
other
of just
side
turning
of
into the meta person at this point.
Maybe
This
that
is the
thing
second
has
half of the
something to
trial.
do
It's like,
with
how do you
it.
know there's a
You know,
how do you know there's a
that
have,
sound you
Himiko?
heard?
She knows the intermission happened.
Because of that sound, you guys went to the side of the chapel. Right, Keyboy? That's when you found the dead Mew there, right? If so, then I think that sound and her avatar being by the chapel are related.
Fine, the noise related to this case. We need to figure out what the sound could have been. Well, what's the sound? It sounded like something hitting hard. The hammer hitting the wall, the cell phone hitting the wall, Let's hitting the wall. The hammer? Will the hammer make that much noise? Sound like something bigger. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think a hammer could make that much noise, but well, then if we're talking about size, it would have been the cell phone. Mew just would have passed through, but so would the Latisse, right? So
That's it.
okay. Let's see how they explain that one.
Came from Mew's avatar hitting the chapel
Oh, the
wall.
chapel wall. I was mistaken. I thought you were talking about the virtual wall.
The hammer, cell phone, and lattice were there, but they were too small. To
Lattice.
make that noise. Ruling those out, the only other
I
explanation
mean, the lattice is
that
pretty
the
big.
sound was Mew
It's not as big as she
colliding with
is.
the wall.
If that's the case, Mew's avatar must have hit the chapel wall really hard. We felt the impact all the way from the inside of the chapel.
Yeah, that's the real question.
So how did she?
Mew's avatar probably hit the chapel's wall with pretty considerable
Didn't we establish
force.
that she got strangled with toilet paper?
But why did it hit the wall with such force?
Maybe
You guys figure
she
it out?
she got strangled
Hold on, Kokichi.
on
What's up
top
with
of the
way you're
roof,
talking?
rolled off the roof, hit the chapel since we know the
Why
chapel
are
was
you talking
closer.
like you know everything.
I don't know.
Let's not worry about that right now. More importantly, we gotta solve the mystery. Fighting among friends is a
Like
waste of time.
that'd be my guess is that she like rolled off the roof of the
Anyway,
mansion
can we talk about
and hit
that
the
after we figure
chapel,
this problem
but
out?
A way of
Sumugi
transporting
said
Mew's
she
avatar
saw
to crash into the chapel.
Miyu, but did she see the chapel?
Hey, Shuichi, as your partner,
All right, time to go jump in the taxi again.
Yo, what?
since the mansion was on top of a hill, the roof was pretty high up, right?
Okay, yeah,
Past the
they're
brick handrail, the roof was at a pretty steep slope.
yeah. So they're telling me that
and
like
the
she like
slope
fell off the
faced
roof.
chapel wall. On top of that, there was snow on the roof. If the culprit needed force to move the body, I wonder how they did it.
Kichi's talking to get the whole thing figured out already. Can't let him distract me. Solve the case. Oh, no, Hangman's Gambit, not the taxi. Let's try an S. Okay. Oops, that was not what I wanted. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what they want. Slid. Okay, maybe I don't what they want. What is that? Like the Man Akuma? Oh yeah, it was. I was like, that looks weird. Slid off. I need another. Yeah, slid off roof. There we go. Sweet. I'm doing pretty well this trial. Despite my fumbling around, I am doing a pretty good, okay job.
Culprit used this sloped roof as a slide for Mew's avatar.
Slide?
Aw, man. Even with the slope and the snow, Mew's body wouldn't have slid.
Wrong. It would slide.
But the avatars can generate friction. We wouldn't have been able to walk otherwise. So I doubt that it would have had that much momentum.
No. It would slide.
None.
It wouldn't slide, just like Maki Roll said.
It would slide, just like Shumai said.
Who the hell is Shumai?
Oh, he's a pupil of Ramen Man. Sorry, my hobby slipped in.
I mean, that's what the lattice would have been used for, right? That's what she used the lattice for, was so she could slide off the roof. So did she just slide off the roof and kill herself by... No, because she got strangled.
Even if her avatar slid off
The lattice.
would it slide off that quickly?
Well, duh, it would.
If it made
I
that
missed
much
all
sense,
those. I was like...
it must have built up a lot of speed.
Lots of snow piled up on roof. We're not frozen solid, right?
You'd still slide, though.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
In the real world, it might be difficult. But in the virtual world, perhaps not.
That's not the issue. Sliding down snow is easy to do. You just need a sled or skis to cut the friction.
Yeah.
There was nothing like that.
But there was.
That's wrong.
And when they put it on, like, at the very last one like that.
No, wait. There was something that could have been used to help slide Mew's body. Do you remember the lattice that was found by Mew's avatar? The culprit laid her on top of that, then used it as a sled on the roof.
Now, you're always like... it gets me in trouble being trigger happy sometimes, but, like, you typically should wait through... I think it's probably a good idea, at least, to, like, wait through the entire debate at least once just to see everything before you start shooting off bullets. But sometimes you feel like you know the answer.
Is the one that disappeared from the roof? Then that's it. The culprit used the lattice as a sled.
Ding, ding, ding! That's correct!
Yep.
After the culprit killed Mew on the rooftop, they placed her corpse on a sled and slid her down the roof's steep slope.
I'm trying to figure out what would be the point of that. I guess it could cause confusion because you send her through the wall. Because that would have been like throwing people off. Otherwise, it would have been a lot more simple. Donk. Okay, that was a little silly.
The impact made all of her belongings scatter, including the hammer and cell phone.
Just like that hedgehog who loses all his rings whenever he crashes into stuff.
I know that reference.
I hate that guy and his worldwide fame and his stupid games, and I hate
Oh.
I'm glad you really motivated.
I'm motivated by Sonic. Damn it.
Gotta be an example to our new family.
Yeah, Father. Or should I start calling you grandfather now?
Now that we know how the bodies
Monotaro's
break
gonna
down,
die.
we're just
Monothi
one
is gonna
step
be
away
left
from
with the
culprit.
child, but then she's gonna die in the next trial.
Now, Shuichi, do you know who the culprit is?
Assuming that, like, we're going to have 6. The culprit.
Yeah. In the end, we'll still need to get.
Oh, geez. I just noticed the Kiyu's, like, his portrait is, like, really, like, crazy. It has, like, flames on it or something.
However, since we know she was killed on the roof, we can narrow down the list of suspects. Meaning, the culprit must be someone who was investigating the mansion.
The only people investigating the mansion were...
Aside from you, the people at the chapel could not go through the wall or cross the river.
So that means the suspects are Kaito, Samugi, Shuichi, and Gonta.
That's real sneaky, leaving yourself off the list.
I mean, wouldn't Gonta be the only person that...
Ooh, you
Well, excuse me, wouldn't Tsumugi be the only person without an alibi in this case? Like, we know it's not us, obviously. But Kokichi and Gonta were hanging out with each other, weren't they? Like, weren't they searching together? What person lied? Okay, but yeah, but Kokichi, the one who lied about the... was the one who lied about the rooftop. Alright, I'm gonna say Kokichi, and if it's not him, then I'm gonna say Tsumugi.
It's you!
Okay. I don't know if I'm convinced that he's the actual
Something I
murderer.
need to know.
I think we're just gonna like press him a little bit, but
What do you need to know?
I think we're
Why
supposed
did
to.
you lie
We're
just
clearly,
now?
yeah, we're supposed to figure out why he was lying.
Which lie are you talking about, Shuichi? I lie a lot, so you'll need to jog my memory.
Fine. I'll expose your lie right now.
I never went to the roof, not even for the meeting. It all began when Miyu showed us the map. Oh, these are the lies, I guess. That's probably what happened. The culprit killed her on the locked roof.
It was that testimony that bothered me.
Well, we've established that they did kill her on the roof. Oh, these are kind of hard to read. I should try to clear as many of these as I can first, and then I can start chipping away at them. Because these are kind of hard to read. Oh, that was stupid. Saved it. No, I didn't. Okay, so the one on the left is the map. Also, I never went on the roof. Because he did go up on the roof, right? Because I think that I think she was actually killed on the roof. Yep, that's it. Okay.
I see it!
Because I don't think the map I don't think was a lie. Unless it was a lie, and like they're all lies. It's like that's the one that we want you to focus on. Kokichi lies a lot.
But later, that's a lot of specific information.
Oh yeah! Now that you mention it, how did you know all that stuff?
You could probably see the steep slope of the roof from outside the mansion. But you wouldn't know about the brick handrail unless you went up to the roof yourself.
Huh? What?
He's not actually breaking down.
What's
This is an
all
act.
about, Kokichi? Did you actually go to the rooftop?
I didn't. I already told you that before.
Why you look so nervous?
Is this a sincere reaction?
No.
There's no evidence.
I don't think I don't
went
buy
to the
it.
roof.
I don't think anything this
remember now.
guy does is sincere.
That thing Himiko said.
Me?
At the start of the class trial, I remember you saying the handrail was made of bricks. Ooh, you so clumsy, girl. Gotta be more careful there, Himiko.
Himiko really say that?
She totally said that.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
She did not.
She did too.
Then when? Tell me how long ago. In hours, minutes, and seconds.
Name 5 things that she said. If you like it so much.
Worthless fight.
Stop him, Grandpa! All this terrible fighting is bad for the baby!
Yeah, grandfather. Stop them before your grandkid is born.
I'm not gonna apologize.
Monica was just like, no, not touching that.
So damn stubborn.
How much longer are you going to behave like this?
He's just stubborn. He won't fess up no matter what. But he's being stubborn. It makes me think he has something to hide. Get him to show his hand. I have to prove he's on the roof. I might not like it, but I have to be aggressive. Okay, this sounds like this could be a situational lie. This is the lying music. That's why I thought it was like the lying music at the start. This is the lying music. This is lying music. This is what you play when you lie. If you go home and someone starts talking to you and this music is playing, you better be really on your toes.
The rooftop door was locked and I couldn't open it.
So what did Kokichi do?
I turned back at once, of course.
Hey, if we're
Stayed
lying,
in the salon the whole time, you know.
Liars burn in hell, you know.
no, hold on. Kokichi agreed to meet up on the roof, but he looked at him like, so like, there's no witnesses to confirm whether or not he's actually in the salon.
If you're lying, I'll say you're
I don't know, but like, I swear that this like always been playing while it's lying. There's different music. I could just be crazy.
I didn't go to the roof.
So I gotta lie. I think I have to
Enough of your
lie
lies,
and
man.
yeah, I do have to lie and like be like, nah, man.
The rooftop door was locked and I couldn't open it.
So what did Kokichi do?
I turned back at once, of course. And stayed in the salon the whole time.
Ah, that one thing is in the. Oh, it didn't turn into a lie. That's why it didn't work. I have to hold down the button longer. Hey, nice, man. Sounds like a chipmunk arguing.
Stayed in the
There we go.
I'll reveal the truth.
Perjury. It always sounds so wet.
Kokichi, you're lying right now, aren't you?
Huh? Lying about what?
Just before the murder occurred, I went to the salon to check on you. But you weren't there.
What? Really?
I waited there for a while. You never showed up.
What's this all about, Kokichi? Didn't you go right back to the salon after finding the roof door locked?
I see. You use underhanded tactics too, huh, Shuichi? So who are you guys gonna believe? Shuichi or me?
Well, of course I'm gonna believe Shuichi.
Even though he's literally lying.
100%.
The one who's not Kokichi.
100 house
I mean,
No.
yeah. This is it coming back to bite us though. And Kokichi always does call us out the lying every time.
Shuichi would need to pass by me in the dining room. I wonder why I didn't notice Shuichi there.
Well, who do you believe? Sumuki and Kokichi or me?
I believe Shuichi.
She's like, I'm gonna believe you anyway.
Sorry, but I'm going to believe Shuichi too.
I see. I wanted at least Gonta to believe me.
What comes around goes around. That's what happens to liars like you.
Why do you guys hate lies that much? There's only one truth, but endless possibilities for lies, you know? And some of them are only white lies, or lies to be kind to people.
Yeah, but I don't really like lies that like will get
Just
all of us
because it's a
murdered.
lie
which I guess is what I'm doing right
That means
now.
you
So
guys are
maybe,
just
you know,
terrible at being lied to. Seriously, the worst.
Just spit it out already. You went to the roof, didn't you?
Isn't that where he met up with Mew?
No, he didn't just meet her there. He probably...
Okay, fine. I'll tell you if you want to know that badly. Consider this my revenge.
consider this my revenge of telling you
Revenge?
the truth for once.
You got some balls lying to me. I'm gonna take away your fun for pissing me off, Shuichi. I won't let you do any detective work, or deduction, or mystery solving, or anything.
Oh?
So, I'll confess everything. You guys better listen carefully.
Confess? A confession? So you are the culprit after all.
No, he's not the culprit.
I came up with a plan after
Confessing?
Mia asked me to meet up with her. She
This
asked
is a
me to
very
meet her
Ace
with
Attorney.
me, so I decided to pry some info out of her. She gave me the rundown of the virtual world before she explained it to you guys. As I listened, I realized she was planning a murder. On me, no less. When I investigated the virtual world, I found out that a person can die from shock. Without a doubt, she planned to use that for my murder. So that's when I decided to prepare my own crime with her plan. I pretended to cooperate with her and lured everyone into the virtual world. That's also why I worked together with Monokuma.
You worked together with Monokuma?
We did see that, but we don't know exactly what it
I
was.
guess the jig is up. Yeah, everything he said is true.
But he didn't say he killed her, did he?
Kokichi came to me with an idea.
And
to make
it's
the
not like
killing
Monokuma's
game
ever lied to
more
us either, you know?
interesting. It was such a good idea, I decided to place a motive in the killing game simulator.
You added a motive? Then the secret of the outside world is the motive, right?
No fair! Monokuma can't take sides!
I didn't help him with anything, and I had nothing to do with the murder itself.
I'm glad to see Monokuma's
Merely
bounced back from his
suggested a way
funk.
to spice up the killing game, and I accepted. Kokichi and I had a quid pro quo relationship. Technically, that doesn't violate the rules.
Bullshit! No matter how you look at it, you guys are working together.
Calm down. I'll explain my relationship with Monokuma, so let me finish my confession.
I'm fine with that, but you're confessing without much of a fight.
I told you. I'm gonna get in the way by taking away the mystery solving fun. If I can't win this game, then I'll make it boring for everyone.
If I can't win, then I'm gonna make it really just suck.
Well then, the culprit is Gonta.
What?
Is it though?
Huh? What did you...
Unless he's just no longer lying.
Wait!
Is my theory, is that gonna be it? Is my theory gonna be correct that he tricked Gonta into killing him? That'd be crazy.
Now you're trying to pin things on Gonta? Do you really expect us to believe such an obvious lie?
Yeah, there's no way Gonta could
But the
commit a
way they're
murder
gonna
this
do this.
complicated. He's not
It's
smart.
my turn now.
Okay, now we're gonna duel with Kokichi, which I know some of you in the audience will take that a
The
different
truth
way.
is, Gonta and I worked together. We formed a duo to end this killing game. As the Killing Game Busters!
The Killing Game Busters. I came up with a name and everything.
Busters.
You're gonna give
We must
Gonta
win
trauma.
this killing game in order to end this killing
This is
game.
gonna be the real start of Gonta's villain
What
arc.
do you mean we?
By the way, I came up with a murder plan, and Gonta carried it out.
Gonta what? Why are you more surprised by that than the first thing he said?
Cause going to have no idea what he's talking about.
Come on, quit lying and tell us the truth.
Gonta is telling the truth. He's not someone who lies all the time like you.
And no matter how naive Gonta may be, I doubt he would ever team up with Kokichi.
I mean, it's entirely possible that like Gonta doesn't realize that he was being used to kill. In which case, it kind of goes back to Danganronpa 2, where it's like, you know, when Pekka was trying to be like, nope, you can't be the murderer. I was a tool. Baha. And then they're just like, no. It doesn't quite work that way. That's not quite the explanation they give. They were like, no, Peko clearly like was acting on her own, not just a weapon. But still.
It's obvious.
She banked a lot on that though, man. I remember that and just being like, wow. Like you were really hoping that would work.
You're a terrible person! How dare you use Gonta like that?
You're right. I'm sorry. I did something horrible to Gonta. I didn't want Shuichi to hog all the glory, so I told everyone the truth.
Cut that out. Told you it's not gonna work.
Here's
Don't you
the-
think I could have pulled the strings and made Gonta carry out my commands?
Something tells me it might be Gonta and Shuichi. This is his gambit to make it so Shuichi has to turn on everybody to prove the truth. That's what I think is going to possibly happen at this point.
All we need is logical thinking. Right, Shuichi?
What? Going to not understand what's going on. But still, going to not kill Mew. Going to really not know anything. And also, going to not tell lies. And going to not make trouble for others. Cause that not how gentlemen act. That why going to not culprit.
Yeah, Gonta's not lying. I can tell just by looking at him.
I already used my magic to check. Gonta's definitely not lying.
Then let me
Which
ask you
means
guys,
that he may not be
if it's
lying,
not
but he might just think he's telling
then
the
who's
truth.
culprit?
You, of course.
Mm.
Come on! There's already proof that I couldn't have killed Mew.
There's already proof?
Oh, did you forget already? Then let me make it clear again. Why I can't be the culprit!
Oh, that's a good face. He's used that once before, but not in the trial. Avatar error?
I am not the culprit.
Hold on. Everyone logged the first time Avatar error occurred. That's not it. Setting. Koichi's avatar has special setting. You touched him. You don't even move. Okay, yeah, no, that's it. Like, there's no way he could have done it. Because if it's a strangulation, then they could have just, like, she could have just touched him and it would have been over. Even if he was strangling her with the toilet paper, she could have just touched him.
Toilet paper was the murder weapon.
That's true.
Mew would have totally resisted if she was being strangled, right?
So yeah, it couldn't have been
Then it
him.
would have been impossible
I mean,
for
I knew it
someone
wasn't
as
going to be
weak
him
as me.
anyway, but that, yeah,
Talking
that
about the strength of your virtual avatar. That wouldn't matter if you strangled her from behind.
no.
In which case, even if she did resist, the most she could have done is merely touch the culprit.
Exactly. She couldn't struggle much. So you could have kept strangling her.
I didn't aim for the special point, but whatever.
Actually, maybe it wasn't possible for Kokichi to strangle Mew.
Why wasn't it possible?
Mew modified my
Why not,
avatar,
you
so
stupid
if she
bastard?
attacked me, I wouldn't be able to resist. If Mew touched me, then I'd be unable to move.
Huh?
So I would have had to kill her instantly.
I like that
such
they
as
did the
stabbing
art
or
still like in the
hitting.
little avatar cheapy
I
thing.
couldn't have murdered her by strangulation, because it'd be game over if she touched me.
What?
Well, if you were using the toilet paper, you wouldn't need to touch her directly.
Yeah, but she could have just like reached back and touched him and he would have gone limp.
Then it would be impossible.
She's also much taller than he is.
As long as she died from strangulation, it couldn't have been me.
Wait, what if it was something besides strangulation then? Like,
There's no doubt Mew was strangled. We already discussed this.
Mew hates Koichi too much to touch even an avatar of him. Yeah, but you know, when you're being strangled, what you gonna do? You do desperate things, such as touch someone you find revolting to be like, get off me.
Change the truth. The culprit who killed Mew is Gonta Gokuhara. This is the truth you all adore so much.
no! Gonta not kill Mew! It's true! You gotta believe Gonta! Gonta would never hurt anyone!
I believe you. You've been risking yourself to protect everyone.
I mean, Kokichi is the ultimate supreme
Where
leader.
Gonta would kill. He won't even kill bugs.
I believe Gonta too. I'm not gonna listen to Kokichi's lies.
Of course! Who'd believe a liar like him? He's lying about Gonta being the culprit, so there's no point talking about it.
You want the truth.
Right, Shuichi?
Catty
You
owes a
think so
patty of
too,
the
don't
cats.
ya?
I don't know, man.
I know how important it is to believe, but as the ultimate detective, I know we can't solve this case.
I just realized that if it is end up being Gonta, we're gonna have to take him off our list too. We're gonna lose two BFFs in one trial, which I guess is just kind of expected at this point. But damn, people I hang out with always die. We'll see. It might not go that way, but I don't know. It's kind of late in the game.
You wanna suspect Gonta?
Too bad, Kaito. Looks like Shuichi agrees with me.
No, I'm not trying to.
Oh, the irony! It's all thanks to Kaito that Shuichi got his act together as a detective.
Kaito really ignored the believing everyone
And
involves
now,
Kokichi.
Shuichi's
That's a good
intuition
point.
As a detective has made him more suspicious of
Bit
others.
hypocritical on your part, Kaito.
Well, can't be helped. That's just what a detective
He's got a
does.
punchable face, but stick to your words.
That's not it, Kokichi. I'm just trying to make sure that everyone survives.
Shuichi, Gonta really not do it. Gonta not culprit. Please, leave Gonta.
Again, Gonta might believe
well
that,
discuss it.
but it might not
As a
be true.
precautionary measure,
Oh, it
that's
sounds
all.
like we're getting up.
we
I
need
think we're about to get a
seriously
scrum.
discuss whether Gonta was capable of committing this crime.
Everybody's
Only then will we
everybody's
arrive
talking.
at
Either that, or we
a
get like a
decision.
mass panic.
You guys, why don't you get it? That's just what Kokichi wants. He's just trying to split us up. Shuichi, open your eyes.
But
Two for one truth special.
Yep, nope. Scrum time. Scrum.
Sorry
Scrum.
to ruin this tense moment.
I like the
but
scrums.
there
They're like my
was
favorite like
a
mechanic they have in this
split right
game. They're
now.
fun.
So, the Ultimate Academy is proud.
So we're gonna do that again?
Shuichi, you're my sidekick, aren't you?
Kaito.
Of course, I want to believe Gonta. I don't want to think he killed someone, but the ultimate detective, I can't turn away from the truth. I mean, this is not the first time this happened either. Like, we didn't want to believe Kaede and Karumi did it either, but we had to. Which, again, plays into the theme. I get it. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. The music for these parts are always so good, too. It's impossible. It's possible.
Shuichi, are you saying that Gonta is the culprit?
I got this. I can't say for sure he's the culprit. I'm saying we can't rule it out.
Gonta is such a sweetheart. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
Kokichi.
Don't you realize these so-called sweethearts can commit crimes too?
Yeah, I mean, it's happened.
Could Gonta have even made it to the rooftop without being noticed?
Kibo! The entrance hall is all that separates the rooftop from the mansion exterior.
There should have been witnesses at the entrance hall.
I got this. No, none of us were in charge of the entrance hall.
But Kokichi confessed he was working with Monokuma.
Kokichi.
I did cooperate with Monokuma, but only on a temporary basis.
It's all a lie. Kokichi is the one who killed Mew.
I got this. The truth is, Gonta could have murdered Mew.
Gonta
Nope, that
not
wasn't
kill
it.
Mew.
I got
Okay,
this.
so I almost
The
had
truth
it.
is, Gonta could have murdered Mew.
Damn, I was one off. I almost had a
It's all
perfect.
a lie.
Shuichi, are you saying that Gonta
Well, that
is
also
the
means that we're
culprit?
going to be able to, like,
I can't say for sure he's the culprit. I'm saying
we'd be able to blast
Gonta
through
is
this
such a
again.
sweetheart. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
Kokichi.
Don't you realize these so-called sweethearts can commit crimes too?
Could Gonta have even made it to the rooftop without...
Kibo! The entrance hall is all that separates the rooftop from the mansion exterior.
There should have been witnesses at the entrance.
I got this. No.
Well, I've never heard it
none
get to
of us
this
were
part
in
of the
charge
song
the
before, I
entrance
think. Because it usually doesn't go on this long.
Kokichi confessed he was working with
Kokichi.
I did cooperate with Monokuma, but only on a temporary basis.
It's all a lie. Kokichi is the one who killed Mew.
Kibo! That isn't possible, because Kokichi's
I almost
avatar has
messed it up
special
again,
settings.
because I was thinking of the other one.
I got this.
I almost, like,
Truth
picked the wrong
is,
one again.
Gonta could have murdered Mew. In my opinion, as long as it is possible that Gonta is the culprit, we have to discuss it.
That's ridiculous. You're going to believe Kokichi over Gonta?
That's not it at all. I just want the truth. If we're going to survive, I have to find the truth.
But Gonta telling truth. Gonta really not culprit.
I still don't think Gonta's lying.
But didn't I tell you guys already? If you're planning to expose a liar, then you have to corner them psychologically.
I mean, I don't.
Only then will they reveal their true self as a
I don't know if he's lying either. I just don't think he. I think he's just telling the wrong truth.
Gonta, if you understand, then do it right. Make logical arguments for the truth.
Logical arguments?
It means use your head to make arguments.
Use head?
What I'm trying to say is, if you aren't the culprit, then you gotta prove that you aren't.
But Gonta really not know.
Wait, Miyu's never on our side? I could have swore she was on it at least once.
You say you don't know. God, why are you so dumb?
Gonta just want to help everyone, like true gentlemen.
Kyo was on our Kyo was on our side once last trial. Like he was on our side once the last trial, which is funny because he ended up being the murderer.
Bullying? Yeah, so what? That's what you do in
Like
this game,
I distinctly
right?
remember that.
You guys blame and gang up on me, but now you're gonna pretend to be good people?
No, I never ganged up.
Gonta, argue back already! Just make an excuse or whatever!
Stop it! That's enough!
Stop what? You mean stop the game? Hey, do you even know what you're saying?
Yeah, I know. What about it? I don't want to survive if it means I have to stoop to your level.
Oh, that's a low blow right there. Then just die in a hole for all I care! We want to live, so stop getting in our way!
Quit it. If you don't shut your mouth, then I'll shut it for you.
We want to live, but I'm gonna set up people to keep getting murdered anyway, assuming that's what he's actually doing.
Sorry. It Gonta's fault everyone's so upset. But Gonta telling truth. Gonta really not culprit. Cause Gonta not know anything. Really.
Cut it out already! That's all you've been saying this whole time!
You're the one that needs to
That
cut
hurts
it
my
out.
throat to think of that, like the voice actor saying those lines. Gonta was sleeping too. A strange dream. Gonta didn't understand anything. Gonta not know. We're always wake up. Can't say words. Gonta started saying, I don't know when. After the trial? After logging out? After logging out. Ah, I'm sorry. I don't think it's Kyo, though. I don't think Kyo's one of them, because I could have swore he was on our side last time, which was interesting because, like, I think it was during when he was being accused of murder. Like, he was being accused of murder and he was on our side. Like, and I remember thinking that was strange. Shit, what was the question? What was the accident concerning Gonta? I don't know. Not the poison, not Kaido's. Oh, not Kaido. I meant to. I was trying to scroll. I didn't mean to click that. The way they have the mouse button set up is so weird. Because you guys scroll with left. It's so strange. Loud noise. We already know what the loud noise was. We know what the map was. Hammer? No. Monokuma file. I don't know. What's the question? What was the accident concerning Gonta? Killing game. It was avatar error. Everyone logged in for the first time after our user error occurred. I mean, if you start having problems when he logged out, maybe.
This is it.
Okay, yeah. So I guess when he logged out, he forgot.
The virtual world.
He so he killed Miyu and then forgot he did it. Maybe.
An avatar user error?
Ever since Gonta logged out, he's been saying, I don't know, I don't understand.
That's because Gonta doesn't understand the virtual world, right?
Yeah, but he also said something like, "Where is it?" Like it's almost like he doesn't even remember he went. It's making him forgetful and loopy. So like Gonta's like having a Frankie Muniz situation where he doesn't remember being on Malcolm in the Middle. Oh, Hangman Gambit. We've had several of these, haven't we? Damn. So Frankie Muniz, who was Malcolm on, I think it's Memory Loss. Yeah, or like Frankie Muniz, who was on Malcolm in the Middle, who played Malcolm on Malcolm in the Middle, apparently has suffered so many like concussions that he doesn't remember being like, he doesn't remember his time of like filming Malcolm in the Middle. Apparently he also jokes about it sometimes. It's like, wait, I was on Malcolm in the Middle?
I see now.
I believe it's possible that Gonta doesn't remember what happened in the virtual world.
Huh? He doesn't remember.
You started saying, I don't know anything, after leaving the virtual world.
So,
That's the result of some kind of memory.
remember my shot in the dark at the beginning of this stream where I was like, I think Gonta did it. I think Gonta was manipulated by Kokichi into doing it.
Not even killing Mew.
What? That's ridiculous. Quit
Remember when I said that? Remember when I called that?
Absolutely ridiculous.
We'll see if it actually is true, but
He
damn.
doesn't remember. He's just confused.
Gonta told us he was bad with computers, remember?
Memory or no memory, Gonta never hurt anyone.
Oh, this looks like we're about to get a mass panic debate.
No way Gonta's the culprit.
Hurt anyone.
Remember because
Doesn't remember
Gonta
a
won't
thing
keep
about the
everyone
virtual
safe.
You did it, but you don't remember
never
things,
kill a
right?
friend.
I have the one that immediately like shuts them up.
Gonta is gentlemen. Gentlemen protect friends.
Your lies aren't protecting anyone.
Gonta not lying.
That means there was no
Swear, please believe Gonta.
That's a weak argument. Was no glitch. That's the one that's sticking out to me. Oh, yeah, okay. So if Gonta put it in, okay, yeah. So if Gonta put it in wrong, then it could have like messed with his brain. So I think we need to fire on Kaito.
Gentlemen protect friends.
Your lies aren't protecting
But Gonta really like fucking killed Miyu? Did he really do that? Like why? Like how did Kokichi like manipulate him into doing that? Is what I'm curious about now.
The cause of the error that affected Gonta's avatar is the two cords on the helmet used to log into the virtual world. I think that Gonta messed up something with the cords, causing the error.
If he mixed the consciousness and memory cords, then there'd be an error with memory. Like an error that won't let you bring your avatar's memories to the real world.
Ryoma and Miyu, not Kyo. They're never on our side. Angie was the only person always on our side.
It's possible that you're
Interesting. I could have sworn Miyu had been on our side at least once, but I guess not.
How Gonta supposed to remember that?
He couldn't have messed it up. I said it over and
Mia just likes to argue. I guess so. I think it's funny I have her listed on my BFF list, but I don't think she really cared that much about us.
Oh, but Gonta hold chopsticks with this hand.
That's your left hand!
Guys, this isn't the important time.
Looks like it's decided.
What? Decided.
I guess. No, it is because he used the
You
wrong
remember
one.
the virtual world, don't you?
Gonta not remember. Gonta not even go to this virtual world.
What?
Gonta fall asleep when he put helmet on. When Gonta wake up, Mew dead. Gonta not know what happened. So, Gonta worry. Gonta not understand what everyone talking about.
Well, this doesn't look good for Gonta, huh?
No, it can't be.
But Gonta try his best to understand. Gonta imagine real hard.
That's enough, Gonta. We already know.
Know what?
We know that you totally forgot about teaming up with me and killing Mew.
Wait a minute! That lie! Gonta not kill Mew! Cause why would Gonta do that?
Yeah, it's a lie. I'll never accept this. And besides, Gonta's got no motive to kill Mew.
I already gave you my testimony on how I came up with the murder plan.
And I'm saying I don't believe you.
Kokichi, if what you're saying is true, why did you plan it this way?
Also,
You wanted to plan the murder yourself, but have someone else carry it out?
Is the person who planned
that's
it
why
also
Kokichi
a black
asked at the
man?
beginning of the trial, he said, what happens if there's a tie, right?
Nope. Only the person who actually commits the murder becomes the blackened.
Then there's no incentive to just plan the murder.
But Gonta's such a gentle soul.
Unless he just wanted to kill, Gonta and Mew.
Hold on, that hasn't been decided
He
yet.
just wanted to get them both dead.
Who cares about the motive? Let's vote for the culprit already.
I care about
Or
the
rather, like, he wanted to get the motive. He wanted to get the motive
I don't
from the
care.
secret of the outside
Finding
world.
the culprit
He's
is
willing
more
to kill
important
people
in this
for it.
class trial. Talking about the motive is meaningless. It's not necessary for this specific case.
No matter what you say, I'll never believe your lies.
We all agree that Gonta is the culprit, right? It would be impossible for anyone but him.
Impossible.
It's pretty obvious if you use, which means Shuichi. Because if you don't face the truth, and you don't want that, do you?
I mean, we've had to do this many times
Okay,
before.
let's
That is
begin.
kind of a recurring theme in this
Quit
game is
screwing
that
around.
like
I'm done putting up with your selfish bullshit.
you have to accept that these
Kaito,
people will do
you should
bad
listen to his
things.
explanation. Our lives depend
It's
on it.
still a bit nihilistic if they don't pull back on
So,
it
we
towards
can
the
now
end,
take
though.
Keyboy, Himiko, and Maki off the suspect
And it
list.
kind of goes against, like, I don't know.
Shuichi,
We can talk
would
more
you
about this
care to
later.
explain? I doubt
The
they'll
first two
believe
games had a
from
big
me.
emphasis on, like, sometimes you just have to trust people. So, like, for them to kind of, like, flip that in this one is, I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see. Reason Kibo, Himiko, can be limited suspects. They weren't at the mansion where the murder took place. So, like, they couldn't have done that. So it wasn't them.
They couldn't get to the crime scene, could they?
The bridge from the chapel to the mansion was gone, and only Mew could pass through the wall. The three at the chapel had no way to get to the mansion, so they couldn't have done it. Kaito is the next one off our suspect list, and you know why, right?
He was logged out.
Kaito had logged out ahead of us.
Yeah, he really doesn't want to say it.
Mew
It
logged
reminds me
Kaito
of,
out
like,
from the
I think
start,
Hajime had a similar thing
but she did that to make us
in
think
the.
murder happened
So
in
Hajime
the
had a
real
similar
world,
thing in the
right?
second game when he had to accuse
Since we
Chiaki.
figured out the actual killing happened in the virtual world, it would have been impossible for Kaito, who had already logged out. Mew's time of death was around 6:30. My synergy with Shuichi is super on point now, so let's move on to the remaining suspects. Gonta, Samugi, Shuichi, and me. Samugi and Shuichi can be crossed off, but what's the reason for that?
Samugi and I can't be culprits because we have solid alibis. I feel like we saw Miyu could also be that. We can be crossed off. I was gonna say because with the player character, but literally the first trial proves that not to be the case.
Both of you heard Mew hitting the chapel wall, right? The culprit was definitely on the roof during that time, since they slid Mew down. Because of that, Shuichi and Samugi can't be the culprit. That leaves only Gonta and me as the remaining suspects.
Then you're the culprit!
Sorry for getting your hopes up.
I already explained he can't because he literally couldn't. He couldn't have touched her. He couldn't have killed her.
If Mew
Yeah,
touched
through
her,
process
it
of
would freeze in
elimination.
Kokichi wasn't capable of strangling her.
It's Gonta. Gonta doesn't remember, but it's Gonta. Damn. I'm really curious how the hell Kokichi convinced Gonta to do it, though. Like, that's the mystery I want, like, unraveled at this point.
Don't answer, Shuichi.
Oh, Gonta's execution is gonna be freaking brutal. It's gonna be bug related. It's gonna be like that scene out of Peter Jackson's King Kong. Or like the Mummy with the scarabs. It's Gonta. It's gotta be Gonta. I don't want it to be Gonta. I don't think anybody wants it to be Gonta, but
It's Gonta.
Shuichi?
Yep, Gonta is the only person who could have committed the murder. You get it now, right? That's the truth we were all reaching for. The thing you guys wanted so badly! A truth without any lies! Yu Iruma's killer is Gonta Gokuhara!
Really? Did Gonta really do it?
Jeez, is that really your reaction? It would have been fun if you went all crazy, but you forgot everything. So, oh well. A culprit who can't remember their murder is pretty interesting. So, better than nothing. If Gonta remembered, his cover would have been blown so fast. Especially since he's an idiot.
Hold on. I still haven't accepted this. This has gotta be Kokichi's trap. I still believe in Gonta. He's not the kind of person who'd kill.
that's what I'm confused about, though, is like, why did Gonta kill?
I
Like,
already said this a million times.
I get it. Like, I get it. Gonta did it. We've proven that. But like, why? I really want to know the reason how Kokichi pulled this off.
After Sumugi and Shuichi heard Kibo's voice in the mansion, they ran outside. And who did they see out there?
Gonta.
Kokichi said it himself.
That's where the toilet paper ended up, though, right?
The culprit must have been on the roof.
No, Kaido, you're proving again. You beautiful idiot. You're only helping. You're only helping them prove it.
It's possible that he fled the mansion after he heard the impact.
You'd have to go through the entrance hall to get outside the mansion from the roof. Is that where Shuichi and Sumugi ran to when they heard the crashing sound?
Then maybe he jumped off the roof.
It's not possible. That rooftop was pretty high up.
Normally, Gonta could have done it, but his avatar wasn't strong enough. How about that? Now you get it, right? If Gonta was the culprit, there's no way he could have been outside the mansion.
Now you can't say Gonta's the culprit. Congrats, Gonta.
What?
I don't know, guys.
Really?
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
What?
Just because Gonta
Very
was at the
sad, very
mansion
sad
doesn't
cut
mean he
in.
is
No, that's wrong.
All the culprit needed was a way to get from the roof to outside the mansion.
Huh?
Oh,
Looks like Shuichi got it.
yeah, the toilet paper, because it wouldn't tear. He could use that to rope down.
Kaito.
So he killed her with the toilet paper and then roped down offwards. That's how he would have done it. And that's how the toilet paper ended up outside.
We have to
I got it.
No matter how cruel that truth may be, we need to face
I heard him say cool, like no matter how cool the truth is.
Whose side are you on, Shuichi?
Kaito, please.
Aren't you my sidekick? Was that just a lie?
Kaito.
Fine then. I'll tear that sorry reasoning of yours apart and wake you up.
Argue armament. Oh, we're fighting Kaito. Interesting.
Never accept
I hate these, honestly. I'm so bad at these. I hate these so much.
Don't you know that about him by now? I'll never accept
The timing is so like off. I don't understand.
Not the kind of guy who kills someone. Don't you know? Damn it! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to Kokichi? You my sidekick?
Like the timing, I don't know, doesn't work. And plus, when the keyboard fucks up, it also just like I don't know. At the very least, it seems like it's really hard to take damage.
Why are you listening to Kokichi? You my sidekick? Wake up, Shuichi! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to Kokichi? You my sidekick? Damn it!
Oh, knocked off some of his armor. This looks like a boss from Final Fantasy XIV. This looks like the beast at the end of Amarat. Like this the arena, I mean, not Kaito.
How could Gonta be the culprit? Still want to accuse him, huh? Keep saying the truth this, the truth that, but there's a reason Gonta's not the culprit. Who do you want to believe? Remember what Kokichi has done to us. Remember how Gonta
I tried to read chat when I.
protect us. How could
Oh my god, I'm missing these so much.
still want to accuse him, huh? Keep saying the truth this, the truth that. There's a reason Gonta's not the culprit. Who do you want to believe? Remember what Kokichi has done to us. Remember how Gonta's always tried to protect us. How could Gonta be the culprit? Still
Oh my god, is this still going?
saying the truth this, the truth that. There's a reason Gonta's not the culprit. Who do you want to believe? Remember what Kokichi has done to us, damn it! There's no way to leave the mansion.
Toilet
from the
paper
rooftop.
discovered outside the mansion.
It ends here.
Damn it!
The toilet paper we found outside the mansion. That's what the culprit used to get from the roof to the ground.
The toilet paper?
The same toilet paper that was used as the murder weapon. That's why we didn't find it anywhere else. Not at the scene of the crime, nor on Mew's body. It was outside the mansion.
Hold on. If they use the toilet paper as a rope to get down from the roof, then they need to tie it to something. But there was nothing to tie it to. I know because I investigated the roof.
You're stubborn, Kaito.
They could tie it to the binoculars. That was up there.
Of course I am. I'm gonna believe in Gonta till the very end.
I just realized that the reason the binoculars, they probably said this and I wasn't paying attention. The reason the binoculars didn't stretch across the river was because of the wall. Because like the way the world was set up was different. Yes, the binoculars. There was nothing up there. Shows the picture of the one thing it clearly was up there. Kaito. Literally the only thing on the roof.
Actually tied it down there. And then used the doubled up toilet paper to climb down. But in that case, they would have had to tug on it in order to take it down.
Yep, that's correct. Because I came up with that idea. But I thought I told Gonta to put the toilet paper back in the bathroom. Oh, I guess he ran into someone on the way and then threw it somewhere close by.
I mean, he could have just like hidden the toilet paper. Okay, thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping in. We're gonna hopefully finish this up soon so I can go get dinner because I'm getting really hungry.
The matter.
That.
So, it's true. Going to really kill Mew.
But I'm the one who came up with the plan. Even though you don't remember, you still did it.
But
wait, before you start crying, you gotta admit your crime first.
Stop. I won't let you, Kokichi. If anyone is gonna get him to confess, it's me.
Oh my god, Shuichi.
Gonta, I'm going to look back at the whole case one more time, okay?
I mean, you could just
When
let
you're
him
convinced,
confess.
You just let me know, all right? Let's end this together.
Okay.
Al is not here to bounce that person, but obviously do not click on anything that they send. Okay. What color did the cord... Okay, so we gotta figure this out. What do we have here? We got a cell phone. What did Mia bring from Shuichi's lab? Do we have the poison with us, maybe? Yep. What was posted in the entrance hall of the mansion in the virtual world? It was the map. I like that they all they're all in their little avatar chibi art for this as well. It's very cute. What did you do when the others left for the mansion? What did Mia do when the others left for the mansion? I don't think I have that one yet. Oh geez, there's so many. Who was investigating the rooftop? Who was investigating the lab? Okay, we don't have any of those yet. What object did Mia use when she got to the mansion? It's a cell phone, right? Yeah, you can even see it in the picture. What was the weapon Miu brought to kill Koichi? She brought the hammer. Who was logged out against her will? That was Kaito. Do I have that panel yet? There it is. Who had the culprit use to strangle Miu? It was toilet paper. Moved the body off the roof. What was taken out of the storage room? The lattice. How did the culprit escape the roof? They rappelled down with the toilet paper. Do I have that? Don't think I have that yet. Okay, let's go back to start real fast. What color cord did the culprit get sick on port? We don't have that one yet. What did you do when there's left of the mansion? She threw the signboard in the river. One more, and then we get the rest of them. What was the weapon? We got the hammer. That I just saw that a second ago. Miu smuggles on a hammer. Sweet. Sugumi was investigating the dining hall. That's gonna be for later. Shuichi was investigating the kitchen. The culprit, looking for the secret of the outside world, was Gonta. I like how they don't even say Gonta, just like that. And then who was investigating the roof? That was Kaito. And then the last that we have, blue cord. Yeah, so Gonta's... I like how they even have his glasses there, though. they obscure them as a shadowy figure the whole time, but it's funny. Okay.
This is the truth of the case.
Like I said, they read these really, really slow, so I'm gonna just speed through this. I like the art of this, but and the little animations, but just going over the whole case like this, it takes forever. They just drag through it. So we know what happened. I almost partially just want to hold I like the novelty of it. I like the little manga pages of it. But yeah, no, it's very useful. It's kind of just a capstone of a book. We're ending it. This is the end of the case. But it goes on way too long, and in this game especially, it seems like they made them even longer. This game made them so long.
And placed it on. This was done to.
So Miu was gonna kill Kokichi.
Yes, was to.
So was her intent to no, because she was gonna friend Kaito for it. So she was gonna log Kaito out and then make it look like that. But why? What was Miyu's motive for killing Kokichi?
The very Kokichi, but
Like I said, like I like the little animation, but other than that, I don't care. I don't care, Shuichi. We literally just went over this, buddy. I don't need you to read me this part. Well, the chapel looks different from this angle.
Mew had us split up. Kaito Koki, while split at the chapel. She chased after. Once she made sure we were this was to trick us into. At the time, we thought nothing.
I just don't care. And then this happened. And then we started playing a game of Among Us in the mansion. And we were totally sus. But I think I saw Gonta vent. And it turns out that Miyu was actually the one venting. Do people still play Among Us? Like, I feel like I get together like with some people sometimes where someone's like, hey, let's play Among Us. It's like, yeah, okay. But do people like seriously just like still go out into the wild and find random games to play Among Us? I feel like it's kind of turned into kind of just like a party game at this point. It was big during the pandemic as we were all like, you know, longing for interaction with other people. So a lot of like streamers got really into it. And there was like some fun mods that kind of got like used for it. Like I think proximity chat came out of that, which was a really fun one. Or you could just hear people like nearby talking. I saw one. I saw one. I don't know if it was a real mod or not. If it was just edited video where it was just like, it was like Among Us with 100 people in the lobby, and so emergency meeting got called, and it was just pandemonium. That one might have been an edit. I don't know if that was a real mod, but it was pretty fucking funny. It was Gonta. Why was it Gonta? I don't know, but it was him.
Gonta, this is the truth we've reached.
Sorry. Going to not really understand, because
Oh, Gonta.
Not smart boy, but if everyone agree, then everyone probably right. Gonta, trust everyone.
Gonta.
But why? Gonta kill Mew, forget everything. Gonta even think he not do anything bad, and then Gonta try to blame someone else and make everyone suffer. Why? Why Gonta do such terrible things?
Gonta, it's not your fault.
It is his fault though. Like, I like Gonta, but like, guys, yeah, he murdered someone. That's his fault. It wasn't even like, as far as we know, it may not even been manslaughter. He may have just, it would have been premeditated. Actually, I guess like the way they set it up, he actually absolutely was premeditated. In Gonta's case, I guess is what I'm talking about. Whatever, you know what I'm saying.
Huh? What a buzzkill of an... Well, after...
It's just as well.
Oh my, Monica.
Yeah! Now then, the
Hold on.
heart-racing excitement as the blackened...
Now here's the question. Are they going to keep with Mataru dying after so many death flags, or are they going to subvert? It was Kaede again. It was Gonta. Unfortunately.
It seems the voting has finished. Now then, let's see the result.
One person voted for Kokichi. That was definitely Kaito who did that.
Who'll be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
It's always so happy. The dissonance is so funny. Oh boy, well. I got an A.
Absolutely right. Let me hear you. Let me hear your
Damn.
Let me hear it now. You should prepare 6 names. Remember 6 tuplets? You're gonna replace. I'm gonna replace all the Monocubs that have died.
Oh.
What was that?
Hey,
Oh, I see.
please stop!
All right.
Huh?
Because
But
Much easier in the pain in the ass method. We'll just say, though, look at the recordings.
Gonta's memories didn't transfer over. I can combine Gonta's consciousness from his last login.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that tracks.
Alter ego
Nope, we've made an
Gonta
alter
is
ego
not
again.
complete.
Alter ego?
Basically, it's
That's a
simple
reference to the first game.
only exists in virtual space. If we listen to what he said,
Huh? What this? What happening? Huh? Huh?
What's that mean?
hey, now then.
Please. Why?
Huh?
oh man.
Oh. Gonta.
huh?
Gonta don't know. Wrong.
That's
Gonta.
yeah.
But Gonta.
What?
Okay, but like, yeah, let's dig into that. Why is that saving everybody, Gonta? Yep, Kokichi. He used his Leaf body advantage.
Yeah.
What?
Please wait. Hey,
If I combine the two, I could save everyone. Or I could have just told you guys that Miyu was about to fucking kill me. You know? Could have been a little less convoluted about it.
Yeah.
huh?
What?
You know.
Huh?
Wait,
Incomprehensible.
Oh? You get it?
hey!
To tell you the truth, too bad.
Always messing around.
But we're gonna drag it out as long as possible before we tell you what it actually was he saw. Even though we could tell you in like 2 seconds.
Could it be?
Maybe.
Gonta.
This could be a trap. Don't you want to see if the liar is leading you into a trap? Believe me. Gonta wouldn't know.
How'd this happen?
What did you say?
No way! Wrong.
It'd be easier to die when you remember what happened to the outside world. But this game is not connected to the first one, supposedly. Or at the very least, it stands enough on its own. So, I mean, like... We'll see.
How'd this happen?
Hello, Al. Al, I'm very sorry to say you came in and Gonta was the murderer of this case. And so just a heads up, we're wrapping up here.
But
I don't know if you knew that or not.
Get it?
Hold on.
Kaito, I still don't understand what's happening. I'm also kind of wondering, like, well, I mean, obviously, like, okay, not obviously, but, like, I'm guessing the major implications we're getting here is that the outside world has basically been destroyed at this point, or it's some kind of, like, hellscape.
Right?
Like, I don't know if it's even, like, if this is loosely connected. It's like how it was in the first game. But it's different now, I guess? It's a different disaster?
Why?
Oh, that is the first time they've mentioned despair. This is the first time they've said the word despair in 4 chapters. Holy shit.
But
I was wondering when it was going to come back. Black, the color of despair. Interesting. That is cute.
By the way,
Huh? Gonta.
but
Stop it!
Well...
Sorry.
Always messing around.
How can this be? Sorry. Gonta, idiot.
huh? Yeah.
Don't screw around.
Poor Gonta.
Please stop. Sorry, everyone.
I know that.
I suppose.
So am I.
That's enough.
Please stop.
I mean, like, I don't know. Like, if he's trying to, he's trying to, like, assuming Kokichi's being honest, which I don't entirely believe. He's saying that, like, he tried to get Gonta to kill Mew so that people wouldn't vote for Gonta as the Blackened, and as a result, everyone would get mercy killed because the outside world is so terrible. But if that was actually true, he could have, well, I mean, it would have been, he was going to die too. He could have, like, just let Miyu kill him and hope that they, I guess, and hope that they figured it out. I guess he's, like, wanted to, like, I guess he figured the group wouldn't believe, they'd be so stuck in their belief that Gonta couldn't have done it that they never would have guessed Gonta versus they could have guessed Miyu.
So am I.
Huh?
I know that.
I just don't know if he's being genuine. We'll see. I mean, he wasn't genuine up until this point, but maybe so.
Honey! Now then!
Gonta!
No. How can this be?
It's punishment time!
Sorry, everyone.
Aw.
Gonta, idiot!
Aw. Gonta, my boy. Oh, we're gonna check another BFF off the list today. Well, that sucks. Oh, they strapped the keyboard to him as well, the laptop. Wild West Insectide. Oh yeah, and Monofee is pregnant and having babies at this point. This is a interesting one. This is oh. They both died. Okay, I knew it. Okay, so it is a double kill. I was wondering about that. Huh. No more monocups, huh? That was a weird one. I don't know. That one was weird. Just gonna be real. That one, I don't know how I feel about that one, gang. That was kind of a weird one.
Thrilling!
All my little cubs have been destroyed.
Dang it!
Why?
Unbelievable!
But how?
Got a minute?
Okay!
Damn it.
Got a minute?
What was that?
You.
Huh? I don't want to, stupid head.
Kokichi.
Oh man, did you fall for all that fake crying? You're so dumb! I would never cry for Gonta!
What?
Because...
What? Hey!
Well, you know.
I mean,
Which means...
it kind of goes back to what he's saying. They're like, oh, I was telling a white lie to make people feel better. But it's like, was he being genuine? I don't know. Did he actually care about Gonta? I don't think he did. But the question is, like, did he tell Gonta a lie? Did he pretend to care about Gonta so Gonta would feel less bad?
Hey!
Who cares about that idiot? I want to enjoy this game filled with suspicion and betrayal from the bottom of my heart. I am the supreme leader of evil, so it's obvious my personality would be twisted. The more you suffer, the more I...
What class do you gotta take to become a supreme evil? Like, what class does that a skill
There are
come
people in
into?
this world who spread grief and misery for no reason than the thrill of it.
Business, I guess. Physics.
And I'm one of those people. Nothing pleases me more than inflicting pain on others.
You?
Ben,
You're so dumb.
you bastard. Do you die?
Someone like you has no right to call me Maki Roll. Only Kaito can do that. Oh, that was sweet. That was kind of a sweet little thing. Oh man, the workout trio are gonna have a really hard time after this, though.
Don't screw around.
Good. Oh wait, nope.
Sorry.
No, Kokichi knocked him on his ass.
By the way, Kaito, is it just me, or are you way slow? Maybe, just maybe, Kaito is hiding something from us too.
Hey, that he's secretly dying? Yeah.
Kaito! Got a minute? You bastard.
Oh, geez, that's a new one.
Let's have more fun. Monkey.
Right?
Are you alright?
Sorry.
Oh?
That's wrong.
Hmm?
No.
Oh, man.
The one who will win this game is me, but I'm not going to kill anybody. Because everyone would suspect I did it. I mean, unless he's biding his time where it's like, guys, you've accused me of murder so many times. It can't be me this time. Excuse me. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just burped into the mic. Okay, abandoning that joke. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know why that tickled me. It kind of came out of nowhere.
Okay?
Kaito is not gonna make it, man.
What?
Kaito? Blood? Why? What's the matter, Kaito?
Come on. Don't freak out over this. It's nothing. My cold just got worse.
Well, you know, sometimes cold just results in.
Coughing up blood was a cold symptom.
Yeah, really
You're
though.
a robot, and you don't know that? I'm saying it's fine. I just coughed too much, cut my throat or something. I don't know.
Trust your friends, Kaito. Actually believe in this. If you're gonna believe in everyone, let people believe in you as well.
Well,
Oh, thank you for the follow. The sound kind of like came in at the best possible time, but thank you.
Damn it!
Well, thank you for the follow nonetheless.
It's almost time. Yeah, it's almost time. This should be enough. I'll end it. Now is the time I'll end this killing game.
What you mean by that, Kokichi? The world is mine, Kokichiyama. Okay. All right. Interesting. Interesting. Live in the languid world, live. Danganronpa. Well, that was a rough one, wasn't it, gang? But hey, we got the empty Imtech cage. Okay. Well, we're going to call it there because I need to eat something. I'm fucking hungry. All right. But thank you so much for watching. Those of you that came in at the end, thanks for coming in. Regardless, I am sorry that some things got missed, but hey, the VOD will be up. I'm still working on that. I'm still working on that VOD channel also for YouTube. So I'm trying to get that up this month, hopefully, where steadily we'll start putting up all the VODs that we've been recording them, like we're recording this one. So yeah, thank you. Well, you weren't the only one fired up, but I'm sorry. Not trying to single you out. Regardless, thank you guys for coming in. If you are not following yet or would like to subscribe, please give us a follow. We try to stream on Saturday and Sunday when time allows. So we'll try to get back at this next Saturday if we can. If not, we'll make an announcement somewhere, plugging all these social medias. I need to get like Twitter or something on here so people actually know where to go. Regardless, thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your Sunday night. Bye-bye.